Bismarck, ServPro is your partner in transformation. We don't just build back, we elevate every space.
Great news! If you're looking for a new vehicle, Ryan Family Dealerships has the best selection we've had in years. You'll find fantastic offers from Nissan, Honda, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Cadillac, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
Hold up! Ryan sells Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram?
Yes, we do, and we'd love to sell one to you. Visit one of our 5 convenient locations in Minot and Williston. Get your next vehicle from a name you know and trust. Ryan Family Dealership.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms and hit that subscribe button on YouTube. PSP Network. It's game day.
That sinking feeling you get when this happens? That's oil change-anxiety. The anxiety of being without a car with a billion things to do. The fear of being overcharged. The stress of not knowing where to go or who to trust. But you never get those feelings at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, where you can watch us work right from your car, and we finish up in about 15 minutes.
We changed your oil and did our 18-point safety check.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Service you can see, experts you can trust.
On an 80-degree Friday evening with just a slight breeze blowing across Dwayne Carlson Stadium, it is a conference opener to definitely have circled on your calendar this afternoon. Bismarck High, Minot High, a rivalry, a top 3 matchup in the state as we get into Week 5 in high school football in North Dakota, and it's right here for you on the PSP Network. Welcome into the Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show with timely services that won't slow you down and no appointment needed. It's a stay-in-your-car, drive-through oil change service offered at any of their locations in Minot and Bismarck. Also, find out what they do online at VIOC.com. Alongside Bryce Gutknecht, I'm Owen Patterson on the call for tonight's matchup between the Demons and the Magicians. 4-0 in non-conference play, went BHS against East Competition. Now you get the conference opener, and I spoke with Mark Gibson before today's game, and he said it probably as he said it every year. If you can't get up for this one, the conference opener, I'm not sure you can get up for any game. That's the importance of this one to kick off conference play, because you're playing for playoff seeding this evening.
Absolutely. You've got the rivalry between these two. We all know what it is. A lot of respect for each other, but let's be honest, neither team don't really like each other that much. It's going to be a fun one here tonight.
Well, we're going to be breaking down this matchup more and more throughout the Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. There's a lot of storylines in this one, individual players, teams. Minot High 2-2 record. We'll just talk briefly about them like we did about the Demons. 2-2 against the best of the East, you could say. They took on number 1 Cheyenne, lost at the goal line to the Mustangs. Now West Fargo Cheyenne not number 1 anymore because Bismarck beat them. Then you took on Davies, the only undefeated team out of the East, lost to them at the goal line, but a good second half showing against West Fargo. This Minot High team, despite the 500 record right now, they feel pretty good about where they stand.
Yeah, talking with Coach Hendershot about the team, he's really excited. There's a lot of different kids stepping up and kind of figuring out their roles and such. And Minot High going to be important to get off to a better start out of the gate tonight. They've been really dominant in the second half in a lot of these football games. Let's see if they can get it started early tonight versus number 1 Bismarck.
We've got the WDA standings, the Class 3A poll this week, and the Northern Plains Heating and Air keys to the game coming your way on the Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show ahead of this top 3 matchup in 3A football. It's Bismarck High and Minot High coming your way on the PSP Network.
Why do I bank at First Western? Easy. They take care of their customers.
That's right, Carson. You may be number 11 on the field, but at First Western, you and our customers are never just a number.
First Western provides the best in customer service.
When our customers call with a question, we answer their call personally.
Now that's pro-level service.
Thanks, Carson. Professional, friendly, full-service banking is what you can count on at First Western.
First Western, you can bank on us.
We often think of frontiers as pages in a history book, a time gone by. But even in this modern world, there are new frontiers to conquer. Whether you're tending the land to grow a better tomorrow or growing a business for new opportunities, the work you do powers the world. Exploring the frontier means stepping forward, shaping the future for yourself and for those around you. First International Bank and Trust, helping you live first, one step at a time.
We've changed our name, but we haven't changed the DNA of who we are. We still offer the best product at the best price with the same people. For over 25 years, we've been your only choice for tires in the local area, providing all major brands under one roof at a fair price for your family's budget. Plus that excellent service after the sale with free rotations, free alignment check, free flat repairs with our exclusive Plus plan. That tradition continues today. Looking for tires you can trust? Choose us.
Magicians about ready to burst through the giant inflatable football helmet over in the corner of the end zone very shortly as we approach kickoff here. Ahead of Bismarck and Minot, the top 2 teams rankings-wise in the WDA. They haven't had any conference games yet, so before WDA play really gets started, let's take a look at where things stand in the shields of Minot and Bismarck. 3A football standings. Mandan in week 2 got a win over Williston, so they've been in first place the entire time. The Braves in first place, still a team that people should really watch out for, I think. They can score a lot of points. They do need some work sometimes on the defense, but then you go down the list. Bismarck High would be in number 2 as the only unbeaten team from the west side, followed by Legacy and Century, both at 3-1. They're in a matchup right now. Also on the PSP Network, the Patriots on the board first with a 6-0 lead over Legacy. Minot 2-2 in non-conference play. Williston yet to find a win. They have one more non-conference game this weekend out at Davies. Just starting with the West right now. After non-conference play, is this kind of where you think these teams stacked up when the first 4 weeks of the season had concluded?
Yeah, a lot of these West teams really played a tough non-conference schedule. Minot schedule's loaded. Bismarck played a lot of good teams. Now we're getting into, the region and in region contests and stuff. Going to be a lot of fun. starting with a huge one tonight. We got number 1, we got number 3. Two teams that really like to run the football, do a lot of the same things. It's going to be a very interesting matchup here tonight.
And, you know, in years past, when you look at the standings at this point in the year and you have 2 losses, that's not a good sign because of the QRF seeding into the postseason. Now it's a whole new year for teams like Minot High, for teams like Legacy, and for teams like Fargo-Shanley in the East. That non-conference part of the season, while it does matter on your record for seeding-wise, now it's into conference play, and that is where you can get into the top 2 and the top 4 in state of North Dakota. As for the top 5, according to the media, in 3A, Bismarck High in the top spot for another consecutive week. The Demons are number 1, followed by Fargo-Davies, the 2 unbeaten teams at the moment. Minot High is in 3rd with a 2-2 record. Century is in 4th with a 3-1 record after a crazy overtime win against Cheyenne. The Mustangs 2-2 on the season. Mandan and Legacy receiving votes. Kind of the upset alert teams down there lurking outside the top 5. But as we mentioned way before kickoff today, way before we went on the air, 3A football seems to be the most wide open division in the entire state this year.
It really does seem that way with Bismarck playing well. Minot is showing that they're going to be there at the end and one of those teams that contend for that state title. I really believe Cheyenne, I know they're coming off a couple losses, doing a lot of traveling out to the capital city. I think they're a team that can easily be in that championship game. What about Century? Century kind of quietly playing about as well as anybody. Not a lot of talk going on about the Century Patriots. Watch out for them as well.
Again, they're in action right now on the PSP network against the Legacy Sabres. They're about to do a pretty cool unfurling of the flag here. It is Military Appreciation Night at Dwayne Carlson Stadium. They're incorporating both teams in on it, but one final segment here of our pregame show is the Northern Plains Heating and Air keys to the game. With over 25 years of service as your heating and air experts and the factory-authorized dealer for AeroSeal, there's no other choice to seal your heating and air game than with Northern Plains. Find them online at northern-plains.com. For Bismarck High, we got to start there with the next man up. They are without their Big Ten offensive line commit, Jack Schaefer, for the entire season. It's a hip injury for him. Bismarck, they're shuffling their entire offensive line for this one, which produces so much of their offense.
Yeah, going to be very interesting. When you start moving some pieces on that offensive line, you're putting guys in different roles in different spots. You know, guards be pulling the opposite way, or, you know, you got a new left tackle that's protecting that blind side for these 2 quarterbacks for Bismarck High. Going to be interesting. Minot High knows that too. Minot High knows they're moving some pieces. Look for them to try and dial up some pressure, try and make it uncomfortable for the Demons up front.
And quickly for the Magi, get crafty. We like watching Caden Kraft run routes really far down the field, and you think they need to give 17 the ball a little bit more.
I'd like to see that. Try and get Kraft going early. It seems like the first quarter starts have been kind of lacking for Minot High. They've been a little sluggish, it seems, at start. Last week they got the ball rolling. They did that high-tempo, up-tempo offense that first quarter, got on the board right away. I think it may come down to Burke throwing the football a little more tonight, and that means he's got to get the ball to Kraft.
Right, it's time for the national anthem. We get a cool display today. We're going to have a lot of great stuff happening at Dwayne Carlson Stadium for Military Appreciation Night at DC Stadium. But now it's time for the national anthem. Send it over to our public address announcer. Our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show will wrap up after this commercial break on the PSP Network.
That sinking feeling you get when this happens? That's oil change anxiety. The anxiety of being without a car with a billion things to do. The fear of being overcharged. The stress of not knowing where to go or who to trust. But you never get those feelings at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, where you can watch us work right from your car, and we finish up in about 15 minutes.
We changed your oil and did our 18-point safety check.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Service you can see, experts you can trust.
Shields Visa is more than just a card. It's the freedom to go. It's a gateway to explore and do more of what you love. Imagine where the Shields Visa can take you. So join us in discovering endless possibilities. Shields Visa. Together, we've got this.
The best part about working at BNC National Bank is developing relationships.
I love working with people.
We've been here for over 25 years.
We've grown just like our communities we're in.
But we still have that personal connection with our customers.
And that's why we can find the best solutions for them.
It feels great seeing projects around the community and knowing we're a small part of making that happen.
We're helping people buy their first homes.
Plan for the future.
From startups to big business.
We're part of the community.
And we're proud of it.
Yours truly, BNC.
Well, as we wrap up the Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show, one final reminder that they know you're busy at Valvoline Instant Oil Change. That's why when you visit any of their service centers in Minot or Bismarck, they don't waste your time or their own. Valvoline Instant Oil Change technicians can typically perform a full-service oil change in about 15 minutes. Also, find out what they do online at VIOC.com. Covered a lot of ground in this Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show, but one final thought here. This seems like such an interesting game in the state. It's two teams that have looked really good in non-conference play, but a lot of moving pieces. It's almost like we're seeing different teams a little bit tonight, even though the coaches might not want to tell us that.
Yeah, I'm interested to see. We talked about the two quarterback system and what exactly Bismarck High is going to do with that. Ride a hot hand. We know Zur is the one who will probably get the first team reps for them, and then they bring in Swanson. It seems like they really like the mobility and the running with Zur, and then the throwing ability of Swanson. Going to be interesting to see. Kind of a hard thing to prepare for, Owen, when you got two quarterbacks doing different things like that, like the Demons have.
Bismarck High coming out onto the field. Their specialists, they will be returning, and there is a dangerous return man back there, Weston Scott. He's going to be returning kicks. Took one to the house against the Shanley Deacons last week, and a big win for Bismarck High as we welcome you into kickoff here on the PSP Network. Thank you for joining us this evening for what should be a good one. Number 1 Bismarck High on the road against number 3 Minot High just up the hill. A helicopter just delivered the game ball at Minot North. We're sorry we couldn't be there for that one. Hope Nick Holberg, he's came down with a bit of an illness. Hopefully he recovers pretty quickly for next week's action out in Velva. But definitely some cool stuff at Minot North, and a good game here to happen at Dwayne Carlson Stadium at the campus of Minot High School. Kellen Burke has it on the tee. Minot High going left to right in their home maroon and gold. Bismarck High in the maroon helmets with the all-white jersey and pants. They'll be returning going from right to left on your screen. Burke gets the signal. And we are underway from Dwayne Carlson Stadium. It's WDA football on the PSP Network. No return. That's probably the best result there for Minot High. Don't even give Scott a chance, but we will get a chance to see the starting quarterback for Bismarck High School on drive number 1 at least. It'll be the senior at 5'7" and 160 pounds, Alex Zur.
I tell you what, Owen, the wind was blowing pretty good when we got here getting set up. It seems to kind of have died down, but Minot choosing to kick with that south wind, not giving Weston Scott an opportunity to return on the touchback there.
While Bismarck High won't pass a whole lot, Zur this season an accurate passer, 14 for 16 through the air. It's going to be a lot of Aiden Tincher dotting the I here on 1st down and 10 from the Demon 20-yard line. Ball in the middle of the field. The fullback is DJ Gabriel leading the way for Tincher. Here he goes, breaks it towards the sideline. That's a 1st down, carrying more, but I think he lost the football. May have been caused by the turf, and that is the case. A big play-saving tackle made at the cornerback position by Caden Henderson, but there you get the early introduction to Aiden Tincher in the backfield. He's a hard runner for the Demons.
What a great start for the Demons on that play. Watch a guy named Caden Heupel right up there on the offensive line, really got them going, kicked out the defensive tackle, a huge hole to start this game for Tincher.
And now the Demons go out of shotgun. You won't see this a whole lot as Tincher goes off the left tackle. It'll be a fake jet sweep. Zur with the keeper. It's another big play, and we did our game prep. We did our game research, and just looking at the stats, watching film on this Bismarck High team, it's all about explosive plays, isn't it, when they get it through the air and on the ground?
Almost lost sight of him. Zur only, what did got him listed at? About 5'7", 160 pounds, but he is shifty. You saw it there, freezing that outside linebacker on that zone read there, deciding to keep it. Showing off the speed a little, Owen.
Yeah, Bismarck High's coaching staff did say Zur was maybe the better runner, and they called him a little more shiftier than Grady Swanson, who's QB number 1B, I guess, to Alex Zur. That's a run for no gain. Again, the fumble caused by the collision with the turf, so it'll remain Bismarck High football on the Minot High side of midfield. They've moved to the 47, 2nd down and 11 for the Demons. Ball on the left hash. They break the huddle. Introduce you to the Minot High defensive starters shortly, but it's been Bismarck High controlling it on this first drive. They'll send a man in motion, going from left to right across the formation. Hand off to Tincher and a stop in the backfield. It's Broderick along with Adam Mrozik for the Magicians.
Mrozik was huge last week at West Fargo, really blowing up the plays in the offensive backfield for the Magicians. A good start for him in this one as well.
And now you get run-first teams into a 3rd down and 13, and obviously Bismarck High, they can throw the ball down the field. Are they that comfortable doing it with Alex Zur as the quarterback? It is a passing look here for Bismarck High. They'll bring Weston Scott across the formation. Zur, a sprint out to his right. He's going to avoid a lot of trouble in the backfield, and he's taken down. That ball is out this time, still loose. And it looks like Bismarck does have a player diving on it way back at the 32-yard line, but that's a drive that started out really well with 2 10-plus yard carries and went backwards quick for the Demons.
You see Minot High dial up some pressure there. Almost a delayed blitz by Jolliffe there in the middle. They brought the strong side linebacker as well. Given the offensive line that is shift around, we talked about it, Owen, giving them a blitz look there early in an obvious passing situation. Bismarck lucky to not turn it over there and give the ball to the Demons. They'll settle for a punt.
The ball was loose a lot on that drive. Only one does count as a fumble. And this punt just goes high in the air, but not very far. It'll be a punt of 12 yards off the foot of Connor Harvison, and that will set up Minot High right around midfield for 1st down and 10. Their quarterback is Kellen Burke. The rest of the starting offense for the Magi, Griffin Broderick in the backfield with Aaron Prestwich and Caden Kraft the receivers. Landon Bedell and Noah Bledsoe are tight ends. The offensive line from left to right, Lincoln Brooks, Adam Mrozik, Raja Fulton, Liam Neff, and Dylan Huber. Minot High, they say they have the confidence they can run against everybody. This is a big and very strong front seven, though, for Bismarck High. 1st down and 10 from the Bismarck 45-yard line. Plus side of midfield go the Magi in their first drive, and Broderick, he's stopped in the backfield. 3 white jerseys there to corral number 34.
That single high safety look, it's going to be interesting to see if they are going to look Kraft's way in early downs here. If he's got that one-on-one coverage, maybe roll Burke out, maybe take a few early shot plays.
Saw that on the Ryan Family Dealerships replay. Starting defense for the Demons. Julian West, Kobe St. Aubin, Anthony MacArthur, and Deegan Stottinger on the defensive line. Brock Newman, Coulter Harvison, and DJ Gabriel are the linebackers. Ross Fisher and Kane Hustis the corners, with Connor Harvison and Weston Scott as the safeties. It's all about the front seven for Bismarck High. They have a lot of athleticism, though, in the secondary as well. Minot High will keep it on the ground with Kellen Burke. He'll make his way up to the 41-yard line before being tackled, bringing up a third down and medium for Minot High. Every play caller's favorite situation here, third, and I don't really know what to do.
Yeah, well, that little delayed run there, design quarterback run, getting you into a manageable situation. Obviously, 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, stating the obvious, a little bit more ideal than your 3rd and 11, 3rd and long.
2-by-2 receivers. Broderick goes from the right to the left of Kellen Burke. He will throw. Quick hitter to the near side. It's Caden Kraft, but he dropped it. Throw was a little bit low and a little bit off target, and Minot High in a difficult situation now with a 4th down and 5. The Bismarck 41. They've got a new group coming on the field. Looks like this is going to be a punt.
You see Burke kind of slapped his hands together there. Looked like Minot High had that set up pretty well out there, Owen. They had Huber. They had Vidal out there. If he puts one on the Kraft, I think they had a really good chance at picking up that 1st down.
Jaron Melhoff to punt it away for Minot, trying to pin Bismarck High really deep for their second drive. It's a line drive kick, but it will be returnable. Here goes Weston Scott to the near side. He breaks 2 tackles. Number 15, he can't let him get too loose. Bouncing off more. Weston Scott, all of that to get to the 28, but that's a much-needed return for Bismarck High. Instead of having it inside the 10 to the 28-yard line, you saw just a little bit of the explosiveness of Weston Scott on that return.
A position that does not get a lot of love, Owen, the punter. Melhoff came in last week, pinned down West Fargo multiple times in the red zone. He hasn't done any punting before last week. He's in a situation where he's the punter. That was a good punt. Obviously, I don't know how much I'd be kicking to Weston Scott, Owen. I think I'd be doing a little directional, trying to get it out of bounds, going nowhere near him. He showed some good moves on that return.
Second drive of the game for the Demons, and they start with Aiden Tincher, and man, he just keeps on moving forward. The legs never stop. Out to the 35-yard line, brings up a 2nd down and 3 for Bismarck High under the direction of Mark Gibson, his 25th season head coaching the Bismarck High Demons. A program that 3 years ago, winless. It was their first winless season ever, but you're seeing the group that started then as seniors now, and they're unbeaten through the first 4 or 5 weeks of the year. Tincher bounces outside. There's flags all over the place in the backfield. Not good signs for the Demons, as that's usually holding. Tincher had what looked to be a 1st down. We'll check with the white hat, though.
I think you can kind of take your pick. I think there are a couple holds, obviously, so this one's going to be moving back.
Conversation between all the officials today.
I think it might have been a chop block, Owen, and a hold. So,
yeah, 2 to choose from. You take the one that will help you the most if you're Minot High, and that is the chop block, moving Bismarck all the way back to the 20-yard line. Get to replay the down, but it's 2nd and 18, and the Demons find themselves behind the sticks yet again.
Yeah, when you're in these long situations, you're trying to get this anywhere to 3rd and manageable. You can try and dial something up that gets you 10, gets you 12 yards on this play. You don't necessarily have to get it all. Try and make it 3rd and manageable as best you can.
High formation for Bismarck High. Double tight ends. Handoff goes to the tailback, and not much room to run for Tincher as Minot High broke through again. A shuffled offensive line for Bismarck High, which today goes Bravon Silk at left tackle, usually occupied by Jack Schaefer. Caden Heupel is at left guard. The center stays the same. That's Sam Larson. Damian Haroldstad moves to right guard, and the new starter on the offensive line at right tackle, the 5'11", 290 sophomore Nolan Standish. It's a big offensive line, but it's that change in scheme. It's that change of setting that may take quite a bit of time to adjust to if you're Bismarck High up front.
It's also having to deal with a guy named Dylan Huber on that defensive line, the one who blew that last play up.
Everybody's running routes here for Bismarck High. Zurich completes the pass. Sorry, that again is the second quarterback, Grady Swanson. Forgot to switch that one, as he'll always get the second drive. And this drive ends much like the last for Bismarck. A 4th down and more than 10. It'll be 4th and 14.
Jolliffe, great pursuit there. The guy who didn't make the play, force him back inside, take away that perimeter where you got help setting up another punt in this game for the Demons.
Defensive start to this game, just as we expected. Scoreless halfway through the first quarter. This punt will sail out of bounds again from Connor Harvison. And Minot High, for their second drive, will start on the plus side of midfield. What has to happen here, Bryce, to ensure points come on this possession?
If they're going single high and they're going single coverage on Kraft, I'm rolling Burke out and I'm taking a shot. They've had the momentum here early in this game. A couple not so good punts by Bismarck here, setting them up well in Bismarck territory. I'd really look for maybe a shot play and a home run ball on this first down.
Today's broadcast of the PSP Network brought to you by Minot State University, with more than 96% of recent Minot State grads employed or continuing their education. MSU grads get jobs, period. Be seen, be heard, be you at MSU. That's Minot State University. First down carry again for Griffin Broderick. And 0 yards gained, 0 yards lost for the big running back, is Bismarck High quick to find him.
How about both these defensive lines early in this game just flying to the football? Not much running room here early in this one, Owen, in the first quarter. We thought it might come down to some quarterback play, the ability of the quarterback to make some plays on both sides of the ball here.
Saw the big defensive end, Julian West, 6'5", and a longer wingspan as well. He can really separate off of these offensive linemen from Minot High. Flags down. That is a loose ball, and Bismarck's on it. We're going to have to check what the penalty is. Burke saying his arm was going forward. We're going to try and sync this one up on the Ryan Family Dealerships replay, but the signal is Demons possession. Here it is on the Ryan Family Dealerships replay. Well, didn't get to see much of it.
I think the football was out on. That was great pursuit. I believe it was Newman off the edge there, was just blew that up, got to Burke, forcing the turnover as the penalty was on Minot High. So that's an obvious decline as Bismarck gains possession.
Yeah, and the signal there may have looked like false start, meaning the play was blown dead, but it was just they had too many players in the backfield there, I believe, for Minot High. They weren't lined up correctly, so a fumble and a takeaway for Bismarck High, and now they set up shop at their own 40-yard line. Ball towards the left hash, and it's number 4 back in the game, Alex Zur. He'll hand this one off to Deegan Stottinger. Stottinger is loose. First down, shakes off one tackle and gets across the 45 to the Magi 44, and tackling an early issue here for Minot.
That was a great call, that counter play. Get the lineman out in front of you. Lots of room to run. Great play design there by the Demons.
Bismarck High getting everybody a touch here in the first quarter. Scott's gotten the ball, of course, Tincher, and now Deegan Stottinger, one of their top targets with 9 catches on the season. Getting use on the ground game. Under center snap to Zur. Right up the middle goes Bismarck High, and it's the fullback, DJ Gabriel, on a 2-yard carry. Second down and 8.
Something maybe they saw with watching that Davies film versus Minot High, the ability to give the fullback the ball, just follow the offensive line. He got about 3 on there.
I spoke to Mark Gibson. When you play teams from the East, it's really not setting you up with great matchups for teams in the West, except for Davies. It seems everybody in the WDA kind of on that run-first approach.
Yeah, they were talking. They've been preparing for teams that throw the ball about 40 times a game the last couple of weeks. A little different with Minot High.
Really only see that from Mandan here in the WDA. Another missed tackle, and still running is Ross Fisher. He'll gain about 3 or 4 yards, but all of that after contact, is missing the tackle for Minot was Caden Henderson.
Prestwich did about everything he could but make the play. You like to see that, though. He's playing fast. He's trying to blow up that play. That's what you got to do. Play fast. Don't wait for the receiver to get on you.
Well, it's third down, but Bismarck a little more pleased with this play call. 3rd and 4 instead of 3rd and 14. Scott in motion again, right in front of Alex Zur. He's going to step up in the pocket. Let one rip. This is caught. Logan Doctor, first down, Bismarck, and they keep the drive alive.
Once again, Minot bringing pressure off the edge. They've done that in these third down situations, not letting Zur or Swanson get comfortable in the pocket.
Logan Doctor, every time he touches the football, it seems to go for a first down. 8 yards per carry, 20 yards per catch for the senior running back, who is kind of a tight end on that play, running a short route. Does the job for Bismarck High. Right around 3 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Doctor now going to get it, and the ball's out here for Bismarck High. Who's going to find possession of it? The Demons will.
I don't know if I've done a football game where I've seen the ball on the turf this many times to start out. Owen, another fumble there. Bismarck fortunate again to hop on this one and retain possession.
Tell you what, it is not raining here in Minot. It is 80 degrees and sunny. There is no such thing as precipitation today at Dwayne Carlson Stadium, but the football has been hard to hang on to for both sides. Minot lost a fumble on a strip sack on their last drive to Bismarck High, and this is an interception, a turnover in the air, and Minot will stop another Demons drive, and the defenses, well, they are doing all the talking here in quarter number 1.
I'm pretty sure Zur didn't even see. Was it Burke with the interception? I'm sorry, the sun is pretty bad up here.
Burke dropped right back into that passing zone and read it the whole way. Quarterback picks off quarterback.
Minot kind of giving up a few yards there, but handy, staying tough in their end there, forcing a turnover. See if they can get this running game going to start.
We've already played about 10 minutes of this first quarter. No time for breaks here on the PSP Network as the offenses just try and get something going against these talented defensive teams who allow both less than 15 points per game. Burke has to roll way out. This is coming back, though, as just throws it away, but that penalty is going to be called against Adam Mrozik as he was hanging on to the lineman for Bismarck.
That's kind of tough when the quarterback's in the pocket starts rolling out. That's when you see a lot of those holding penalties happen. But I really feel like that when Burke is at his best throwing the football, getting him outside that pocket and moving around, I do like the play call, but an obvious hold setting him up in a 1st and long now.
First down and 20 for Minot High. This broadcast on the PSP Network also brought to you in part by Tyler Hagan Photography, capturing the action. Find the tournament game action shots on the PSP Network social media platforms. 3 receivers and a fumbled snap. Broderick's just going to pick it up and run. I'm not sure if that was the play call or not, but Broderick improvising on what almost started to be a broken play.
I think they're trying to do his own read. It seemed like the center exchange there on the shotgun, it seemed like the ball was in the air for quite a while, but
and the snap just was collected by Broderick and not Burke on the turf. Second down and really long for Minot High. I think it just a shot right in the middle here. 3rd down and medium instead of going for all of it on 2nd down and 16 yards. 2 receivers near side. It's Prestwich and Kraft. They're 2 deep threat targets. Burke, another zone read. He's going to keep it himself, going right behind his right guard. And was there a flag on this play? There was quite the reaction from Dylan Huber or Liam Neff. Nope, no flags. That was a clean play. I don't know what the extra, whatever that was about.
I think they might have been maybe arguing a face mask from here. It's kind of what it looked like, but regardless, there's no flag. And 2 teams not really equipped for a 3rd and long kind of game, which what we've had here in this first quarter. They like to be in those short conversion rates where they can run the football like both teams like to.
Burke, deep drop back. Here goes a long throw to Kraft. It was in double coverage and just gets out of harm's way and out of bounds, bringing up a 4th down. And another pregame conversation we had today, it's kind of like watching, if you follow college football, kind of like watching Army and Navy play. They're not triple option teams, but they're so run-focused that you get into a 3rd and 10 and you really don't have a play in your playbook or the experience to pull off a play like that.
Yeah, exactly. You want to avoid them as much as you can, and knowing, like I said, both teams just love to run the football, do it so well. They got to try and avoid those situations.
Another line drive to Scott. And no, that was actually Zur. He was hit on a fair catch. That should have been a penalty against Minot High, but they'll let that one go. And our first quarter has just 25 seconds remaining in it. We'll keep it here on the PSP network as, well, they go back to Grady Swanson. He's back onto the field. And, well, we tried to figure out the method to the madness as to who's playing QB for Bismarck on each drive. It's the hot hand. Well, Zur, after the interception, he's taken off the field. Can Swanson find some success through the air? Looks like Bismarck might just keep it on the ground here and get to quarter number 2. It's going to be a reverse to Doctor, and that's for negative yardage. And, well, that play pretty much, if it ends the first quarter like it should, with 15 seconds running till the second quarter, pretty much summed up the first 12 minutes of this football game.
Yeah, Minot High, they got burned on that counter that last possession. They were all over on that one. Huber has been terrific in this first quarter, getting in the backfield, causing some chaos for the Demons.
Both teams have punted twice. There's also been a turnover for either side. A scoreless but entertaining first quarter. We'll be back with the second on the PSP network after this commercial break.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA Civic. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors, LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors, LLC, and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
Great news! If you're looking for a new vehicle, Ryan Family Dealerships has the best selection we've had in years. You'll find fantastic offers from Nissan, Honda, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Cadillac, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
Hold up. Ryan sells Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram?
Yes, we do, and we'd love to sell one to you. Visit one of our 5 convenient locations in Minot and Williston. Get your next vehicle from a name you know and trust. Ryan Family Dealerships.
Back with the second quarter on the PSP network. Zeros on the BNC National Bank scoreboard, but Bismarck making some progress. It's a big play through the air. Grady Swanson. Who did he find way out there? That was Najee Boyd, number 88.
Najee Boyd, not a guy who's been heavily involved for Bismarck, but right out of the quarter break, Swanson comes out slinging, hits Boyd for a big play in the Magi territory.
Najee Boyd, say it, you do your game day prep, not a name you expect to say, but a big play there for Bismarck High, moves them into Minot High territory at the 35. First down and 10, play action. Swanson is running for his life and throws it out of bounds, just gets out of the reach of Caden Kraft. There was pressure there coming from Lincoln Brooks for Minot High.
Brooks and Huber have been in the backfield quite frequently to start this game. Wondering if the switches on the offensive line and stuff, Minot, obviously knows about it. They're kind of exploiting it to start this game.
Second down and 10 for Bismarck. They're going to bring on a bunch of substitutions at the skill positions. Aiden Tincher back onto the field as the tailback. I think maybe this is his down here to get the football, second and 10.
Yeah, try and get something like we've said it a lot, but try and get into a manageable situation. You got Swanson in, kind of the quarterback who they like to throw the football more.
Swanson will keep on throwing. It does go to Tincher, though, on the halfback screen. Tincher trying to make the play himself, gets a block from Stottinger, and Tincher will get into the Serve Pro red zone. How about that block from Deegan Stottinger? Hopefully you can see this one on the Ryan Family Dealerships replay. There it is.
Gosh, it looked like Broderick had that red, just couldn't make the play. Kind of looked like a broken play for a second, but Tincher turns it into a big gain. I always like to see, what about that tackle by Presswitch? When you're in the red zone here, sometimes it's tough to score. Let's see if he can maybe hold them to a field goal opportunity or maybe a turnover on downs.
Serve Pro Red Zone 24/7 emergency service and trained technicians specializing in fire and water, cleanup and restoration. It's Serve Pro. First down carry goes for a yard. He's second down and 9, and you get to this part of the field and everything really gets condensed, and you go down to the run game, and Bismarck High, obviously one of the top rushing attacks in the WDA through the first 4 games. They rush for 283 yards a night. And then we've got a First International Bank and Trust timeout on the field. This one was called by Mark Gibson and the Bismarck Demons. Gives us time to check on some scores from around the region. There's a good one going down in Bismarck. Elsewhere on the PSP Network, we'll have the updates when we return on the PSP Network.
Whether it's getting an education, making priceless memories, learning to play, playing to learn, or simply getting where you need to go, the team at Ackerman Estvold has been behind these projects and countless others, developing critical infrastructure, valuable spaces, and even some good old-fashioned fun. Entrusted with the things you know, but delivering more than you may realize. Ackerman Estvold, trusted for decades and decades to come.
Well, it was not a timeout called by Bismarck High. It was an injury timeout, and not necessarily a good one, as Aaron Prestwich, starting cornerback for Minot High. You said you saw it, Bryce, kind of just fell down over there. It looks like it's a left arm, maybe shoulder injury.
Kind of a weird situation. He just had fallen to his knees there. It looks like some type of arm or maybe a shoulder injury on Prestwich.
A lot of early movement there from everybody. This one going to go against Bismarck High, and again, put the Demons behind the sticks. It'll be 2nd down and 14 yards. Still inside the Serve Pro red zone. They got set up on this drive. On the first play of the second quarter, a long pass play from Grady Swanson to Najee Boyd, the 5'9 sophomore, without a catch on this season. Hauled one in along the Bismarck High sideline, and then a halfback screen on 2nd down and 10. Went to Aiden Tincher. He broke a tackle, got a nice block from his teammate. Deegan Stottinger got inside the red zone to where they are right now. And the penalty moves him back to the 17. 2nd down and 14 to go for Bismarck. Split backs with Swanson. He'll throw. Stottinger with a catch in the air. He's wrapped up immediately. But it gets to the 10-yard line. And 3rd and manageable. That's the goal to get for these teams apparently in the first half.
Good pickup by the offensive line of the Demons on that one, showing a little pressure. Swanson delivering a dime. It's not 3rd and goal here, Owen. They can still pick up a first down inside the 5-yard line, so something to think about here.
Stottinger has had quite the all-around first half. He ran the football, he set up a block, and he's caught a pass now in the first 2 quarters. Still 9.5 minutes to play before the Magic's owing halftime report. Bismarck looking to get on the BNC National Bank scoreboard first. Swanson, he's been going to the air a lot on this drive. Not usual for the Demons. It's a jump ball in the end zone, but his receiver fell down as he was trying to find Brennan Greff. Swanson also took a hit in the pocket after he let that one go. 4th down, and does Bismarck try for 3?
The pressure from Minot High on 3rd down, bringing the blitz. Jolliffe right in Swanson's mug on that one. Maybe causing him to get it out a little earlier than he'd like. Looks like they're going to try for the 3 on this one, Owen.
It'll come from number 3, Ross Fisher. Set up from 26 yards out. The ball is on the right hash, so he's going to have to bring this one across. And it's a bad snap. Fisher's going to pick it up. He's now going to throw it back to the quarterback, Swanson. What can Bismarck do out of this? That was a backwards lateral, so Swanson's going to throw it forward, and it's through the hands of the who intended to be the receiver down there. What could have been a Sports Center type play for Bismarck High is just a drive that ends in 0 points.
We've had a wild first half here, Owen. The ball's ended up on the turf a number of times. A botch snap there. Like you said, that ladder, it was behind the line of scrimmage, so it was a legal forward pass. Swanson almost had something in the back of the end zone for the first points of the night, but we do have a turnover on downs. It's going to be Minot High football.
Believe I could figure out that was Bentley Whipperling, who was the intended receiver, number 37. Everybody getting involved for Bismarck High, many of whom not on the 2 deep for this week's matchup. The officials are talking, and I think we're going to try and pull up this Ryan Family Dealerships replay again to see if that first pass was even backwards. Remember, it has to be. So he throws it from the 11. Oh, yeah, that's backwards. From the 21 to the 24, and Swanson gets this one off. Fisher picks it up.
referees are having a conversation, but it looks like they viewed it as a legal play. And
I think maybe they're wondering where Minot High will get the football, because it would be at the spot where Bismarck tried the field goal, right? Now they're spotting it at the 10 where the snap was. Usually it's where the field goal took place. Maybe that's just an NFL rule. I'm sorry about that. So 1st and 10 for Minot High at the 10. They've got 90 yards to go. We are still scoreless. Kellen Burke on 1st and 10. He'll just give it to Griffin Broderick. Broderick has, again, a gain of 0. Broderick coming off his biggest game of the season, 195 yards against West Fargo, and a great hurdling touchdown in the first quarter. But today, Bismarck High has had the answer.
They have stonewalled Broderick to start this game, setting him up in these long situations. One thing we know about Minot High, they are not going to give up on the run game, Owen. They are going to continue to do it, try and chip away, improve on that first down yardage by running the football.
Whipperling, who you just saw on your screen, he was the guy, again, the intended receiver on that field goal attempted pass off the bad snap. Burke is scrambling. He's going to tuck it and run, and Kellen Burke has the first down. We see that play a lot. It's not drawn up to be like that. It's just Burke, go out and make a play for us.
That's Burke, yeah, just being creative. It looked like a pass, obviously, but nothing was open down the field. Hey, take off with your legs there, get the first down.
Spotted at the 25-yard line. Clock stopped at 8:19 remaining in the second quarter. Another drop play. It goes for minimal gain. 2 yards to the 27. 2nd and 8 for Minot. This broadcast on the PSP Network brought to you by Planet Pizza. There's no pizza like it. Try the Blue Buffalo or a plain cheese at Planet Pizza. Your mouth and belly will thank you. Call now 701-852-1700 to place an order. At Planet Pizza, serving the Magic City for over 25 years. Elsewhere on the PSP Network tonight, history possibly. Bismarck Legacy going for their first ever win against Century. They're 0-9 all-time against the Patriots. They've scored 28 unanswered to take a 28-6 lead over the Patriots. Scoreless up here in Minot and Bismarck High. They're just not going to allow anything to happen on the ground tonight. They allow 89 yards rushing per game, which is best of the state.
How about the defensive line play? He about met Broderick, almost took the handoff on that play. That was number 55 for Bismarck on there. Saylor, what a play by Saylor on that one.
Jaden Saylor, the junior. They rotate a lot of defensive linemen. Does Bismarck High. You'll notice no starting offensive lineman play D-line either. Burke uncorks one down the field. Kraft tries to get some separation, but how about that defensive play made by Hayden Bondley? My, oh my, is Bismarck going down the depth chart today, but they're all playing really well. Bondley there with the coverage.
Minot High, a little animated on the sideline on that one. Owen thought maybe there might be a PI call, but it's a good job. Burke a little pressured outside the pocket. Get it up there. Give your receiver a shot. It didn't happen, but they didn't turn the ball over. They'll gladly punt here and lean on their defense like they have a lot this season.
Melhoff just gets it away as Harvison there. And, oh, this could be a big play for Bismarck High. It's caught, and the return is to the house. Kane Houston. Phones ring, and who is it? Kane Houston with the house call. Bismarck High, a special teams play to take the lead. Just caught on looked like an infield fly.
Yeah.
How did Houston even track that? He was the kind of cornerback on that play.
It was a punt. The special teams for Minot High just thought that punt was going further. And how about the awareness by, was it Eustis on that?
Yeah.
Yeah, Eustis just, yep, I'll take this one, and ends up taking it to the house. Kind of appropriate with the weird ball game we've had, and we get a special teams touchdown for the first score in this one.
Extra point attempt for Bismarck High. They already missed a field goal in this one. But the PAT is good. For the second week in a row, the Bismarck Demons have a special teams touchdown. This time, it gets them in the lead in the second quarter. Kane Eustis, a 40-yard punt return touchdown, and Bismarck leads 7-0 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard.
Property owners homeowners in Bismarck and Minot seek transformation, ServPro's construction program brings both vision and precision. From that very first hammer strike to the final touch of paint, our dedication remains unwavering. It's not just about remodeling, it's about legacy. In Minot and Bismarck, ServPro is your partner in transformation. We don't just build back, we elevate every space.
Pretty breezy day here at Dwayne Carlson Stadium. It's beautiful weather other than that wind, which has obviously been affecting a lot of punts today. It'll help in the field goal department. But as we just saw before we went to the break, a 40-yard punt return touchdown by Kane Hustis on the punt attempt by Jaron Melhoff.
How about the awareness by Hustis? I'm so impressed by just knowing, it's probably a topic of discussion, punting into that south end zone. It's been a struggle for both teams in this game, and Hustis with the awareness, knowing how short that kick went and housing that one for the Demons.
Who would have thought the first touchdown today would be on the special teams? Obviously, Bismarck High has done it in the past. Weston Scott took one to the house against Shanley last week, but on a punt in the second quarter with the kind of game we've had, just kind of fit in. Each team has turned the ball over once. Minot has punted the ball 3 times. Bismarck missed a snap on a field goal and almost scored a touchdown off of that. And we still have 6:45 to go in the second quarter. Magi offense back on the field. Their own 20-yard line following the touchback. Both tight ends go in motion. It's Padell and Bledsoe. Toss play to Griffin Broderick, and he is stood up. And that's one of the Harvison twins. That's Connor, senior linebacker, stepping up and making the tackle.
Minot hasn't been able to run the football on first down on any of these drives to start this one. The Bismarck defensive line has just been terrific.
Connor and Coulter Harvison. Connor wears number 11. Coulter wears number 18. They'll be on the field a lot when Bismarck is playing defense, and they make a lot of plays for the maroon and black. Play action. Burke sprint out to his right. Throws on the run. He's got Caden Kraft, and Minot has a first down.
Once again, get Burke rolling the movement outside the pocket. Hooks up with Kraft there. Much needed. First down for the Magi.
Saw it there on the Ryan Family Dealerships replay. For 50 years, Ryan has been a trusted name for car buyers in western North Dakota. Shop their entire inventory at driveryan.com or their locations in Minot and Williston. Williston with another long bus ride today. They're out at number 2 Fargo Davies before they jump back into WDA play. From the 31, shotgun snap to Burke. Burke steps up, pass fake, and he'll run again. Hit along the sideline. Most of the Magi folks think that was a little bit late as DJ Gabriel sent a bit of a message.
That was a hit by Gabriel. I thought it might have been a tad late, but obviously the referees probably had some portion of Burke in bounds there in a legal play, so play on, but a name we've been calling in this game, number 55. He's rotating in. Jaden Saylor for Bismarck High has been terrific and in the backfield all night for the Demons.
About said all 60 names on the Bismarck High roster already. They're all making plays, and that's all you can really ask for if you're Mark Gibson. A buy-in from this program here against number 3 Minot High. And that's a big run for Griffin Broderick. Only that changes his attitude. The momentum here picks up the first down, running over a few Demon defenders.
Perhaps the best run of the night for the Magi. They're getting a first down. Something we saw last week, Owen. They're going with this hurry up on this drive, seeing if they can get something going doing this.
You look at all 4 games Minot High has played. The hurry up offense seems to be their most efficient offense. They've scored more often in this style, the 2-minute as coaches will call it. You talk about those late drives against Cheyenne and Davies, and right away against West Fargo kind of caught the Packers off guard with very short huddles and right back up to the line, and here they go again ahead of a second down at 6. One split receiver. It's to the right of the quarterback, Kellen Burke. He waits in the pistol, hands off to Griffin Broderick, cuts across the formation to the right. He might still be up, rolled across a couple of his own teammates and Bismarck players, but rule him down at the Bismarck 48, 3rd down and 2.
Sets up a manageable 3rd down, maybe a 4-down territory for Minot High. No, there's a lot of football game, but a lot of teams in this situation will run the ball, kind of meaning they're in 4-down territory, and they're looking to go for it on 4th if they don't get it on a run on 3rd down.
The Bismarck High crowd here making their voices heard at Dwayne Carlson Stadium, and jumping there for Bismarck will help Minot pick up the 1st down as
I believe it was MacArthur.
Anthony MacArthur right there in the middle. Well, you go hurry up, you get the defense on their toes, and then the hard count, jump off sides.
Great hard count there. Good time for it. Moving the chains in a little further into Demons territory. See if Minot can get something on the board before this crazy first half comes to an end.
Just 4 minutes and 21 seconds remain. Tight formation here for Minot High. Broderick slips through one tackle, but he's not going to get through the 2nd and 3rd attempt from Bismarck High. Currently 7-0 Demons on the BNC National Bank scoreboard with locations throughout North Dakota, Minnesota, and Arizona. BNC National Bank provides you with banking and wealth management services for your business and family. Visit BNC Bank online today at bnc.bank. It's just a 3-man front that's getting through the offensive line for Bismarck High. Now they put 4 down linemen with 4 linebackers. It's an 8-man box for the Demons. Burke on play action, scrambling, jumps out of the shoelace tackle, throws on the run in the air, and gets it out of bounds. The coverage has been good for Bismarck High. We talk about the athletes they have in the secondary as well, making not too many open targets available for Kellen Burke.
Yeah, that loaded box, that's a good play call there. That's just better coverage, by the Demons, just better defense on the back end, and Burke had nowhere to go, and he was fortunate to get away from that first defender, get the ball out of bounds, and you live to play another down.
No more hurry-up offense here for Minot High. This is a big 3rd down and 12. And trailing by a touchdown late in the first half. Thinking 4-down territory here?
It kind of depends,
obviously. With the wind coming at you?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Deep routes here. Burke has to buy some time. He's going to go running, tucks it with the left arm, and he will get out of bounds. A nice pickup. Looks to be a flag well downfield. Could be against Bismarck High and help Minot a little bit.
That was a good play by Burke, getting on the edge, setting him up with a manageable 4th if they wanted to go for it. We might have some type of illegal contact here, which would be an automatic 1st down, or maybe a defensive holding.
Could be offensive as well, obviously weighing all the options when Burke took off. There it is. Defensive.
Oh, I'm not sure. I think they might have gave Burke a 1st down on the run.
Yeah, Burke just kept on dancing down the sideline to the 31. He picks up 14 yards. And it is a 1st down even without the defensive holding. Kept his balance a long way.
I had him short on that one, Owen, but what do I know, That was a great play by Burke. I mean, regardless, it's a 1st down.
Yeah.
But we're talking about probably a 10-yard difference on that, Owen, with the defensive holding being 5 yards of automatic 1st down.
Broderick on the ground. 1 yard at a time goes number 34. He's committed to play at the University of North Dakota, as you've heard, all season long. An early commitment there to UND, a program that's really liking the homegrown talent here in this state. Starting quarterback was a Langdon Cardinal. Their starting wide receiver and one of the record-setting wide receivers, a New Rockford Cheyenne Rocket. They've also got some Devils Lake Firebirds out there on the team. Love seeing it for the folks from Grand Forks. Another really tight formation. Trying to keep all the blockers they can. Trying to spring Broderick. However, he'll be chopped down at the 26-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 5 for Minot. A little bit outside the Serve Pro red zone. They're going to need to get there into the red area to keep this drive alive.
I like that play design. You get Morozic out in front of Broderick, get him pulling. I know you didn't pick up He only picked up about 3-4 yards on the play, but get that offensive line moving, get in front of Broderick, try and get him going in this football game.
Outside of 2 minutes remaining in the first half. Time winding down on the Magi, trying to tie. Timeout is called by Minot. First International Bank and Trust timeout. We'll take it with them here on the PSP Network. Magi with their longest drive of the game so far. How will it end? We'll have the answer when we return.
We often think of frontiers as pages in a history book, a time gone by. But even in this modern world, there are new frontiers to conquer. Whether you're tending the land to grow a better tomorrow or growing a business for new opportunities, the work you do powers the world. Exploring the frontier means stepping forward, shaping the future for yourself and for those around you. First International Bank and Trust, helping you live first, one step at a time.
First International Bank and Trust is a full-service, family-owned, independent company. Bank built on the bond between our employees and customers, founded in 1910 and growing to serve rural and urban communities across Arizona, Minnesota, North Dakota, and South Dakota. Find them online at FIBT.com. You can probably tell I hadn't rehearsed that one in a while. Memorized most of the others, but thank you, First International Bank and Trust, our new timeout sponsor on the PSP Network. Third down and medium. Burke will pick up the first down with his legs, lowers the shoulder as well into Weston Scott and falls down at the 9. First and goal, Minot into the Serve Pro red zone.
How about ice short on that one? Getting out, leading the way on the zone read there. Huge pickup by Burke inside the 10, setting up first and goal for Minot High.
No time for a replay as Minot is back on the line. Clock restarts as they set the first down marker at the 9. Goal to go for the Magi. Now 1:45 remains in the second quarter. Play action for Burke. Rolls out to his right. He's got Kraft breaking towards the pylon. Pump fake. And that won't count as a sack because Burke got back to the line of scrimmage. But again, Bismarck High quick to get him.
It looked like Kraft might have had a little room out there in the corner of the end zone. Burke elects to run it. Not much there. I do like the play call, though. The little play action, get him moving, try and get Kraft something.
It was Connor Harvison and Deegan Stottinger who were there for Bismarck to bring down Burke. No gain and nothing lost. Second and goal from the 9. Broderick with the carry. He will get to the 5. Clock now to 60 seconds remaining in half number 1 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. And Minot going for 2 drives in 1. They'll get the ball to start half number 2. So even if it's a field goal or it could be a touchdown to tie it for the break, you're going to want points here.
Got Bledsoe back in the I formation here. They have ran the football a lot better on this drive.
Third and goal. Broderick again. Broderick bounces outside, rolls over the goal line. Touchdown, Minot. Broderick from 5 yards out. Here it is on the Ryan Family Dealerships replay. It's the lead block from Bledsoe. And then, just keeps on rolling. Never had his backside or a knee, a shin hit the ground. That counts for 6.
It had looked for a moment. I thought maybe the football was on the ground. Bismarck was kind of acting like he had maybe fumbled, but.
We'll watch it again, but once he crossed the plane to the goal line, play is dead.
Correct.
Yep. PAT try for Kellen Burke to try and even things at 7. High snap. They get it down, and it's perfect. 7-7 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Here's another look at the Griffin Broderick touchdown on the ground. It is TD number 5 for number 34.
Jersey Mike slices your sub right in front of you, see? The slicer, the meat and cheese. It has a rhythm.
This is the rhythm of the slice. The slice. Oh, yeah. The rhythm of the slice. This is the rhythm of the slice. The slice. Oh, yeah.
Order for Danny? Sliced right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
Just moments away from our Magic Towing halftime report. Remember their phone number 701-509-4011. Whenever you need a tow, there's no job too big or too small for Magic Towing, serving Western North Dakota. Bismarck scored on a punt return touchdown. Minot then went 90 yards, they did not go 90 yards. It was 80 yards for the touchdown, finished off by Griffin Broderick from 5 yards out. Just 31 seconds remain in the first half. Burke with the kick. This will be returnable, and it is by number 15, Weston Scott. Scott out to the 20. Scott turns on the burners. He's down the sideline to midfield, and Weston Scott is tackled at the 43. Wasn't making up any info about Weston Scott.
I just don't really understand kicking him the ball, Owen. He's such a dangerous weapon there. And now instead of maybe taking a knee in a touchback situation or, at the 20 back there, Demons 45-yard line, you got to believe they'll bring Swanson in and take a couple shots here, as they do have all their timeouts left in this one.
I said they'll go with the hot hand, and it was Swanson that's produced the best results for Bismarck High on offense, and it's Swanson out there for the final 22 seconds of the second quarter. He's going to throw it deep down the field, one-on-one, but it's just overthrown as Stottinger, the intended target, down the far sideline.
Minot High defense has been bringing that pressure all night. Swanson getting that one-on-one coverage, trying to give his wide receiver a shot out there. Pretty well thrown ball, just a little deep on that one.
Take your shot on first down, maybe go to the sideline quick routes here on 2nd and 10.
I kind of think everything's kind of in play. I believe they have all their timeouts, so you can – if you want to go something in the middle of the field here, maybe try and surprise the Magi defense.
More opportune part of the field to kick a field goal if the Demons wanted to try again. This is up in the air, deflected twice. They were going for Scott again. It falls incomplete. 11 seconds to go in the first half. Throw off of the back foot from Swanson, a dangerous ball in triple coverage.
Just a swarm of Magi defenders in the backfield. Blake Anderson was back there. Alexander, our MVP from last week's matchup, was back there. Tucker, Nelson, it looked like they all had a shot at bringing Swanson down, but he did get rid of the football. And about 11 seconds left. Do you think they can maybe get a couple plays here?
Again, thinking about the field goal with the win at your back, pushing that one towards the goalpost, maybe just get – it's going to be about a 20-yard gain to set up any chance at a field goal. Swanson getting creative here, directing traffic. Again, throws one up off his back foot, and this time it is – what's the official signal? Incomplete. For an instance there, I thought that was intercepted and then actual defensive back play from Jagger Meshke to rip it away. Here's the Ryan Family Dealerships replay. That's exactly what happened. That was an interception for Minot High, and Meshke broke up the pass.
I was watching Vidal chasing down Swanson. Swanson doing his best to avoid the sack. Did another good job at getting that football just away to try and give his wide receiver a shot. But the pressure from the Minot High defense been a huge story in the first half of this matchup.
We'll try it again. The First International Bank and Trust timeout on the field called by Mark Gibson of the Bismarck Demons. First International Bank and Trust is a full-service, family-owned independent community bank built on the bond between our employees and customers. Founded in 1910 and growing to serve rural and urban communities across Arizona, Minnesota, North and South Dakota. Find them online at FIBT.com. How was that one?
Sounded good, Owen. Sounded great.
Timeout taken by Bismarck with 1 second remaining on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Before the Magic Towing halftime report. And after what's nearly happened on the last two plays, Swanson just throwing on the run, heaving one up, and nearly 2 Minot interceptions. Just keep it on the ground here. That's not what it appears Bismarck is doing, as they have 2 receivers, 2 tight ends, and the running back with Swanson in the shotgun. Ball spotted at the Minot High 43, right hash. Maybe go roll out to the wide side of the field again. Straight drop back by Grady Swanson. Long throw, hit as he throwed. And it's a ball in traffic that'll just hit the turf. And that ends the first half. An exciting one. Points came at the very end of the second quarter. A defensive battle through and through. We'll have the Magic Towing halftime report to break down the first 24 minutes of high school football on the PSP Network. Bismarck 7, Minot High 7. Stick around. Halftime's on the way.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms and hit that subscribe button on YouTube. PSP Network. It's game day.
When facing disaster, it's not just the things we lose, but the memories. But there's hope. ServPro, with decades of experience in Minot and Bismarck, is always ready. Our certified professionals don't just restore homes, they rebuild lives. Because to us, you're not just a client, you're family.
Shields Visa is more than just a card. It's the freedom to go. It's a gateway to explore and do more of what you love. Imagine where the Shields Visa can take you. So join us in discovering endless possibilities. Shields Visa. Together, we've got this.
Meet Gary. Gary is an ordinary guy, but right now Gary has car trouble. Gary doesn't know about magic towing. Don't be like Gary. Remember the name and the number. It's Magic Towing. We are here to help 24/7. Magic Towing in Western North Dakota. Don't be like Gary. Remember the name and the number. It's Magic Towing.
Well, the sun is out of our eyes as we get into the Magic Towing halftime report here at Dwayne Carlson Stadium. Usually we're kicking off soccer right now, and usually it's really nice for soccer. Had to have an extra half hour of the sun beaming down on Dwayne Carlson Stadium. But while the sun was here in the first half, got to see some entertaining football and a lot of defensive football in that first 2 quarters of play.
Yeah, a lot of defensive schemes by both teams have been terrific. We've seen the ball on the turf a number of times by both teams. Kind of some weird plays. Some players we didn't really necessarily would think would be involved for Bismarck, but they're getting contributions from a lot of kids. And after all that, Owen, we are deadlocked at 7-7 here at halftime.
Well, let's take a look at how the first half went down. It started with a bunch of defensive plays. As you said, fumbles early on. Bismarck with the ball on the turf quite a bit. Minot had some problems with some snaps, but they all held on to it until Minot High. Kellen Burke back to throw, trying to put one up, but a strip sack for Bismarck High. The Demons recover. Minot thinks it maybe went forward. There were some penalties on the field, but after all the dust settled, Bismarck High had the football with their best field position of the game, and what do they do with it? Alex Zur throws an interception. Kellen Burke read it the whole way, sets up Minot. Their first drive of the game starting on the opposite side of midfield. They had 3 possessions, ended 0 points on the plus side of the field, and then went down a long ways, but had to punt it And as we've seen the punting game, it can affect you a lot because the next time they got the football, well, it was in the second quarter, put it up in the air, and it was picked up out by Kane Hustis, who was not even the punt returner. He was playing on the line of scrimmage at the time of the snap, ran back, caught it at the 40, and Hustis took it the distance for Bismarck High's first score. Skipped over the missed field goal attempt there as well for the Demons. High snap, nearly got a touchdown on that play, but that wasn't meant to be. Bismarck, though, gets the punt return touchdown after that. Minot gets the ball back, and they end the first half with a long 80-yard scoring drive, which ends by Griffin Broderick. The second quarter, the best signs for the offenses, obviously, able to score points. Bismarck, even though it was a special teams touchdown, really set up for points there in the second quarter the last time their offense had possession.
Yeah, we've seen kind of more from Swanson. We knew we were going to see both quarterbacks in this one. They've kind of elected to go to Swanson, I feel, a little more. They've liked what they've seen in trying to get the ball down the field. Minot has been blitzing about every third down situation. Minot High has brought pressure. They've been in their face. They've been getting pressure with 3. They've been getting pressure with 4. Something to watch a lot in the second half is their ability. If they can continue to do that, they're going to have a great chance at knocking off the number 1 team in the state.
This is the Magic Towing halftime report. Remember, their phone number is 701-509-4011. When you need a tow, there's no job too big or too small for Magic Towing, serving western North Dakota. Once again, that phone number, 701-509-4011. Well, we've got a few more minutes until the second half begins. We'll take a quick timeout here on the PSP Network and take a look around the state scoreboard, the BNC National Bank out-of-town scoreboard. A couple of good ones, a couple of ones that a few of us had predicted before they even got started. We'll have news on that when we return to the Magic Towing halftime report.
How would you like to turn this into this? With Shots Crossroads Fuel to Food Reward Program, you can. Here's how it works. Pick up a fuel tracker card from any of our C-store cashiers. Every time you fill up with gasoline or diesel, use the fuel tracker card to record your gallons. Once you reach 1,000 gallons, you'll be eligible for a $10 gift card to Shots Crossroads Restaurant. Start earning your rewards today at Shots Crossroads.
Whether it's getting an education, making priceless memories, learning to play, playing to learn, or simply getting where you need to go, the team at Ackerman Estvold has been behind these projects and countless others, developing critical infrastructure, valuable spaces, and even some good old-fashioned fun. Entrusted with the things you know, but delivering more than you may realize. Ackerman Estvold, trusted for decades and decades to come.
The dictionary defines community as a group of people living in the same place or sharing common goals. Community is the largest part of our name, and we make it the largest part of our business. We support our local schools, organizations, youth programs, and local events from Bowman to Bismarck, because we all share a common goal to better the quality of life in our communities. Come bank with us at Dakota Community Bank and Trust, your real community bank.
For decades, Nodak Insurance Company has been serving our state's residents in good times and challenging times. We come together for the greater good, from simple acts of kindness to company-wide efforts that make a difference in our community. It's who we are, rooted in North Dakota and ready to serve when it matters most. Nodak Insurance Company, agents with answers.
Darren Johnson, Cody Olson, and Scott Wilkins, your agents with answers in Mandan.
Welcome back to the Magic Towing halftime report on the PSP Network. The BNC National Bank scoreboard here in the Magic City reads Bismarck High, the number 1 team in 3A football, 7. Minot High ranked number 3, 7 as well. How about out of town elsewhere in the 3A class? Legacy's added the touchdown, but Century as well. Third quarter on the PSP Network, it's Legacy 35, Century 13. Said it on Tuesday when we were going over these games that Century's on upset alert after that big win over West Fargo Cheyenne, a gutsy overtime win, and Legacy just been quietly creeping up on everybody in the WDA after a pretty I mean, they'll even say it, a poor season last year. The Sabres are back, and they lead by 22 against the Patriots. West Fargo Cheyenne beating Shanley 21-6 at the break. Fargo Davies up 35-6 over Williston at the half. West Fargo a 2-touchdown lead over Fargo North, 14-0 in the first half. In AA football, our friends from up on the hill, Minot North hosting St. Mary's. Oh, what a good one that would have been to be at. 21-21 at the half. Bismarck St. Mary's, a late first half touchdown there to tie with the Sentinels. Have you been able to catch up on anything Minot North has been doing? They are the top team in the West region heading into conference play this year at 3-1.
I did get educated a little more by you today on some information with Minot North. What a fun one tonight up there. St. Mary's coming to town. I believe it's homecoming, right? Mm-hmm. Homecoming up at Minot North. A few more touchdowns than we've had in this one. 21-21. That's going to be a fun second half. We're going to have a good second half here too, Owen. Number 1, Bismarck. Number 3, Minot. We're in store for a good one.
Wrapping up some other scores of note in AA in the West region. Jamestown trailing Valley City 10-9 at the half. Dickinson with a touchdown lead over Watford City 21-14 in the second quarter. And number 1, Red River 51. The preseason number 1 team, Fargo South 3. The Rough Riders look to be the team to beat in AA. Next week on the PSP Network, we will be in Class A. The Velva Drake Animus Garrison Aggies hosting the Bishop Ryan Lions. Of course, those teams in action tonight, both up by 28 in the first half against their respective opponents of Stanley and Surrey. There's a pretty important figure from Velva in the crowd you saw here earlier.
Yeah, long-time tenure coach at Velva, Larry Sandy. I saw him in some Bismarck High Demons apparel. I had to yell to him and see exactly what's going on. Don't quote me. I believe it might be his nephews. There's some relation with the twins, the Harbison boys, with Coulter and with Connor. He's out here supporting them tonight. I'm not going to lie. It was a little weird to see him in some maroon and white after seeing him in all that blue and gold all those years. But, hey, great for him to come out, support some family out here, watch some AAA football, and number 1 Bismarck High in town.
7-7 here again. We'll be in Velva next weekend as Velva Drake Animus Garrison hosts Bishop Ryan in what would most likely be a Region 3 championship game if there was one, vying for a top 4 playoff seed in late October. The second half is coming up after this commercial break on the PSP Network. Demons 7, Magi 7.
We've changed our name, but we haven't changed the DNA of who we are. We still offer the best product at the best price with the same people. For over 25 years, we've been your only choice for tires in the local area, providing all major brands under one roof at a fair price for your family's budget. Plus that excellent service after the sale with free rotations, free alignment check, free flat repairs with our exclusive Plus plan. That tradition continues today. Looking for tires you can trust? Choose us. Trusted Tire and Auto.
Mark Gibson, the head coach of the Bismarck Demons, his kickoff team on the field to start the second half. We've seen a lot of crazy things here today, Bryce. Could we see something even crazier with Bismarck? Onside kick?
You never know. Maybe roll the dice earlier in the second half right away, but looks like they did kick it away. So
they're smarter than I am. No return. That'll be a touchback. I say that because of the limited possessions that will be in this game, and Minot, they just ended the first half with points. Bismarck needs a more put-together possession than what they had to end the first half, and maybe just try and keep doing what they were doing at the end of the second, maybe more to their standards of running the football, but instead they'll start on defense, which hasn't played too bad either today.
Going to be interesting to see on this first drive the struggles in the punting game going this direction, Owen. That wind is still blowing as I see the the American flag there in the north end zone. It's still pretty breezy, so look for Bismarck High to try and force a 3-and-out and force the punt team on Minot High on the field.
Yeah, as much as offensive coaches wouldn't like to think about the punt game, it sure is a factor today, and that's a play where Bismarck got on the board first, taking a 7-0 advantage over Minot High. The Magi would respond late in the second quarter, and they began the third quarter with a run play that goes for 3 yards to the 23-yard line. Ball spotted on the left hash. Kellen Burke out of the shotgun with Griffin Broderick. Toss it to him to the near side. And Broderick stayed on his feet. There was quite the collision there. It was between Broderick and Coulter Harvison, and Broderick won, but he won't pick up the first down.
You've seen it a lot in the first half. A lot of those yards gained by Broderick were after contact. Bismarck was in the backfield on him right away. Doing ever since that last drive by Minot where they came up with points, they've been able to run the football a little better. See if it continues here in the second half. 3rd and 2, Kraft in motion. He goes to the far side of the field, the wide side here. Broderick with the carry, bottled up by Bismarck. How about a 3rd down stop by the Demons front 7? Like I said, see if you can get that early stop, force a punt, a young punter out there for Minot High who hasn't done it a lot. Be interesting call here for Minot High.
Forward progress did give Broderick a yard. It'll be 4th and 1, and no way is Minot High punting into the wind on 4th down and short. Under center, I formation. Burke barks at the signals. Will they try hard count again? Bismarck not even flinching. Minot will now go to the sideline and get the play and move the fullback up close to the line. This looks like tush push all the way. Burke waits, tries to dive. That pile's not moving a whole lot, but Burke got to the outside, off tackle, and rolls for the first down, getting just enough to the 30. Here's the Ryan Family Dealerships replay.
How about Coach Hendershot rolling the dice early in the third quarter, going for it on 4th and short in his own territory. Burke's that third effort, able to get the first down for Minot High.
And Ryan Dealerships, the commitment and respect for their customers is as strong today as it was 50 years ago. Experience the difference when you visit one of the 5 locations in Minot and Williston or shop online at driveryan.com, bringing you the Ryan Family Dealerships replays tonight on the PSP Network. 2 receivers to the right of Burke. He will give it on first down, and driving Griffin Broderick into the turf. The guy we've been calling a lot, Jaden Saylor.
Saylor's been absolutely terrific in this one. He's wreaked havoc all night on that offensive line for the Demons.
Saylor and St. Aubin, part of that big defensive line group. And we mentioned it, no starting offensive linemen play on the defensive line for Bismarck. They're getting rested when they're not on the field. Also throwing the nose tackle Anthony MacArthur into that group as well. Same formation. This time Burke will pull it and throw. Has an open man. It's Prestwich, who was injured in the first half, and he is hit as that ball arrives, and it drops. Good to see Prestwich back, but he took another shot.
I seen Prestwich kind of break loose there. Looked like Minot High had an opportunity for a big play there, but closing the door. I'm not sure who it was in the secondary there, Owen, but what a closing play there, breaking that play up.
So now it's 3rd and 10 for Minot High. From their own 31, ball is still on the left hash. Almost every pass play has been Burke rolling out to his right in this game. Aaron Prestwich, the wide out to the bottom of your screen. Kraft at the top. Read option. Burke takes it all the way, breaks a tackle. Kellen Burke's free at the 50. Kellen Burke, he's got some players racing behind him. Will he beat them? No. Tracking down the quarterback at the 5-yard line for Bismarck High. Try and get the number there. That looked like it was Hayden Bondley. Sorry, Kane Hustis, number 1.
How about the patience by Burke? No break here for Minot High. Right up to the line of scrimmage here, trying to go quick. Catch Demons off guard.
Burke hasn't even caught his breath yet. After that long run of 64 yards for Kellen Burke. Broderick breaks through, touchdown Minot.
Oh, what a drive by Minot High, going for it in that 4th and short. Looked like they were stuffed Owen on there. Second and third effort by Burke. Burke with the 64-yard scamper to set him up. 1st and goal. Broderick closes it out on a 5-yard touchdown run.
Second rushing touchdown of the game for Griffin Broderick, and Minot has scored 13 in a row. They have their first lead today on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Touchdown number 6 on the season for the senior running back. And he's getting pretty much 100% of the carries for any running back for Minot High. We've not seen Blake Anderson today in the backfield or Caden Fillion. Another high snap, but they get it down, and Burke puts it through the uprights. 64-yard run by Kellen Burke, followed up by the 5-yard rushing touchdown by Griffin Broderick, and Minot leads 14-7 over the number 1 team in the state. Back with more high school football on the PSP Network.
An injury can happen anywhere, at any time, to anyone. It's not really something you can schedule on your calendar. But when it happens to you and it's not your fault, there's one law firm to remember. That firm is Schweigert, Clemene, and McBride. We live here and take pride in helping our community. We know this area inside and out. We put in the work and fight for what's right so justice can prevail for you. That is what we're all about. We're on your side. We're Schweigert, Clemene, and McBride.
Well, with offenses like this, where it's not always the home run ball on every play like a West Fargo Cheyenne or a Shanley, you just keep attacking on the ground. You might pick up 1 yard, you might pick up 2, and then you might pick up 64. It's sticking with the ground game for Minot High that's put them in the lead.
Yeah, I said it earlier in the broadcast. They're not gonna stop running the football. They're gonna continue to pound it, and they get in that pistol look with Broderick the single back and giving Burke those options. The patience by Burke sets up that run, just being patient in the hole, cutting back, huge gain, setting up a touchdown for Minot High.
This time Minot won't kick it to Weston Scott, but there's still athletes out there on the field for Bismarck High. That return by Logan Doctor will cross the 50. Out to the 48-yard line of Minot High. So again, Bismarck, thanks to a big special teams play, will start on plus side of the field.
I had said it to you during halftime. I said, it got to be done kicking the ball to Weston Scott. He's so dangerous with the ball in his hands. Here they try the squib kick. Logan Doctor with a nice gain, setting up Bismarck, another drive starter here in Minot High territory.
To start the second half, it is Grady Swanson at quarterback. I formation, handoff, goes to Aiden Tincher. Tincher trying to get all the way around the edge. He will, and pick up 5 yards. Laundry in the backfield, though.
I think Bedell drew a holding on that, I believe.
Well, we're in the covered press box here, not necessarily in the wind. We've seen it by the punts, and we hear it through the referee's microphone that it is still blowing out there.
Yeah, I thought it was getting a little better. Then I looked out at the American flag. It's still pretty windy out there.
Did not hear a word that the official said, but obviously it was a holding against Bismarck High, pushing them back to their own 42 now. It's first down and 20. Under center is Swanson. A lot of chaos there for Bismarck. A pre-snap penalty as players ran into one another. And a false start this time called against Bismarck, bring up a first down and 25.
You just tell they were out of sorts off the get-go there as two players kind of ran into each other. The timing on that wasn't good from the start for Bismarck. Sets them up in even first and longer here.
Bismarck brings on a whole new personnel group for first and 25. Tincher returns to the backfield alongside Grady Swanson, the quarterback in the gun. They've got a tight end to the left, two receivers that way as well. Swanson sprint out to his left side, just flips one in the air, and that one actually got to his intended target, Hustis. However, a little bit behind the receiver as well.
It's going to see in these time in the first half when they got in these long situations, second long here, maybe see if they can get that screen set up to Tincher again. How about Morozic on that last play, blowing that thing up right in Swanson's face. Continued great play by the defensive line of the Magi tonight.
Whistles again, and a First International Bank and Trust timeout on the field called by Bismarck. They have 2 remaining in the game. Game planning for a 2nd and 25 when we return to the PSP Network.
Our stylists are trained to understand the nuances of cutting men's hair.
Less pomp, more adore, huh, Brittany?
Square face, wavy hair.
Mid-fade with a textured top. Finish it off with the hard part and taper that neckline, coach.
Cowlick, what's the move? It's not just all about hard work here.
Hit all. 7. Pressure. Points. Yeah.
It takes expertise to be a sport clip stylist.
Here?
That's the spot. Right there, huh?
Sport Clips, the pros in men's hair.
Well, Bismarck High trying to draw something up offensively for 2nd and 25. But this has been a defensive game, Bryce. What's the defensive game plan for a 2nd and 25 with Bismarck experimenting in both the run and the pass?
I think you really got to be cautious of that screen play here. You've had the ability to get pressure with 4. I would just show the 4. Really be prepared for something maybe behind the line of scrimmage, trying to set something up for Tincher.
Out of the First International Bank and Trust timeout. It's a throw. It goes to Doctor, and he makes the catch at the 44, but a tackle right on the spot by Minot High. A bring up 3rd down, and still really long for Bismarck.
Looked like Najee Boyd on that reception. His 2nd one of the ball game for the 5'9", 145-pound sophomore. Kind of dark. It's kind of tough for us to see up here in the press box if you can't see, but Owen's got the binoculars out trying to get the
88, not 20.
The right call on the players, so it's hard for us up here in the press box. We do our best.
At least we got good weather up here. 3rd down for the 45. They got to get to the other 38. It's a halfback screen pretty much, but it goes for negative gain. Oh, and a late flag. Could this help Bismarck a little bit?
I think we got a taunting call. I think they got Minot High for taunting or unsportsmanlike after the play. Was going to be a 4th down. Well, I guess the bright side to an unsportsmanlike penalty is it's not an automatic 1st down, Owen, so it's still going to be a 4th down situation, just going to be a lot more manageable for Bismarck High to pick up if they elect to go for it.
Like that one might have been against Liam Neff on the tackle for taunting. Yeah, it had to be a personal foul penalty to give him that automatic 1st down, but 4th and 8 is looking 4th and 7 looking a lot better than 4th down and 22.
I think they brought the punt team out here. One looks like, yeah, they're lining up to punt.
Minot doesn't have a returner back there. This could work well for Bismarck if Connor Harvison can get it away. He has all kinds of time, sails this one, but it gets up in the wind. Takes a great Bismarck bounce. Can they find it? No, it goes in the end zone for a touchback. Minot High was not ready for that, but they'll get the ball at the 20-yard line for 1st down and 10. Reminder, today's broadcast on the PSP Network is brought to you by the UPS Store, located on South Broadway in Minot and open Monday to Friday from 8:30 to 7 and Saturday from 8:30 to 3. The UPS Store located at the Marketplace Foods Plaza for all your packing and shipping needs. Thank you for joining us tonight on the PSP Network. Some new voices of Minot High football tonight. Nick Holberg out this weekend. Hopefully he gets better for next week's matchup out in Velva. Alongside Bryce Gutknecht, I'm Owen Patterson. 3rd quarter, 6:42 remaining. Minot High with a 14-7 lead over the Bismarck High Demons, for those of you just joining us. Minot starts in the I formation. Old school football on 1st and 10 from the 20. Hand off to Broderick, trying to follow his fullback Bledsoe. But Bismarck, again, with multiple bodies in the backfield, a run for no gain.
Kind of see how important that was, Owen, that ball going into the end zone, getting the ball out in the 20 instead of pinning back Minot High in this field position here. The way the wind has been, this direction could be huge, as we only got about 6 minutes left here in the third.
Broderick did end up going back 1 yard, 2nd down and 11. Bismarck again with 3 down linemen. They've also got an edge rusher there on the far side of the formation. Burke gets the shotgun snap. He's dropping back all the way to the 10, steps up. He's looking downfield and will throw underneath. It's a catch made to Caden Kraft to the 26-yard line. A nice pickup there on 2nd down.
Good job by Burke. Take your check down there. He was looking long, didn't like what he saw. Have Kraft towards the sideline there, pick up a few. Once again, making it very manageable in a 3rd down situation for Minot High.
Magi break the huddle ahead of 3rd down and 3. Kraft, the lone receiver, he's right along the Magi sideline. It's a give to Broderick, spins right into 2 Bismarck High tacklers. Credit Bentley Whipperling with the tackle.
We saw that a lot in the first half. Bismarck's ability to stop Broderick right in his tracks in the backfield. It's been a lot of yards after contact for Broderick. Got to believe Minot High's going to be punting on this play. 4th and about 3.
They will try it again. The wind's still howling right into the face mask of Kellen Burke. Sorry, that's Jaron Melhoff, the new punter. Another short one. This will bounce to the 45. Takes a Magi roll across the 50 and out of bounds at the 46. 1st and 10, Bismarck High. I do have a BNC National Bank out-of-town scoreboard update. Both the Minot teams leading at the moment. Minot North just took a 28-21 lead over St. Mary's. A back-and-forth contest there at Sentinel Stadium. Our BNC National Bank scoreboard brought to you by, of course, BNC National Bank. Your life is busy. That's why they'll make managing your money easy. With locations in North Dakota and Arizona, visit BNC Bank online at bnc.bank.
Melhoff hasn't done a lot of punting for Minot High. Doing a good job there, securing it, getting it away.
On the ground on 1st down, go the Bismarck Demons. A helmet went rolling out to the 40-yard line, and looks like a player might have to come off the field for Minot, but he's staying on the field. That's Mason Eichhorn, who's a defensive lineman. That helmet rolled over 15 yards. Must have been. Okay, now they're sending him off the field. I was going to say it has to be on a penalty to stay in the game. 2nd down and 7 for the Demons on the 49, right up against midfield. Handoff. There goes Dr. Logan Doctor. Is that number 20? We'll check. Yes, it was. Doctor with the 1st down. We spoke about him. How do you describe number 20? A 1st down every time he touches the football, and there's a gain of 11 yards and a 1st down.
Yeah, he's had a great year, averaging north of 8 yards per carry. Been how many touchdowns? About 6 touchdowns on the year for him. He's been a major weapon for the Demons.
Looks like a bit of an option play there for Bismarck High. They'll go to the fullback dive with TJ Gabriel, another guy who came into today's game with 93 yards on 23 carries, 4 yards per attempt. And any team that runs the football as much as Bismarck High does, about 45 times per game, 3 yards per carry is pretty good. When you get to what they're at about 6 yards an attempt, that's top-notch.
Yeah, to start this drive, they've ran the football every down and very effectively.
Looks like Bismarck will be short of the line to gain as wrapped up at the 30. Doctor again toting the football. So a 3rd down and short for Bismarck. We asked without their starting offensive lineman, would they go away from the run? The answer was no. They'll go with the quarterback sneak. And Grady Swanson looks to be exactly the 1 yard he needed. Again, if you're just joining us as well, we have barely talked about it because obviously Bismarck High's found a way around it, but they are without their University of Washington commit at left tackle, Jack Schaefer. the most important positions on a football field: quarterback, defensive end, and left tackle. And especially when you got a guy as good as Jack Schaefer protecting the blind side of a quarterback, that hurts.
Yeah, taking out just a major piece and starting to move the pieces, it's tough to do.
A lot of Logan Doctor on this drive. Some negative yardage there, a loss of 2. And did some calculations ahead of this one. With Schaefer in the lineup, the average starting offensive line size for the 5 Demons up front, 6'2", 293 pounds. That's absurd for North Dakota high school football. And then, well, Minot State, who I'll be covering tomorrow for their game against Sioux Falls, their starting offensive line, 6'1", 301, pretty comparable to a Division II team that runs the triple option.
Some great size all over the field for the Demons, especially on the offensive line, like you just said.
Another jet sweep, end-around play to Deegan Stottinger. Stottinger had to go a long ways to pick up 3 yards. It'll be 3rd down and 9. But Bismarck, maybe with the win, you're thinking on the doorstep of field goal range if you pick up about 7, 8, maybe 9 yards.
Minot High has done such a good job creating negative plays all night long in this one. Once again, another 3rd and long for the Demons.
Lots of noise from right in front of us in the Magi student section. Turn around, the ball is there, and it's incomplete. Brennan Greff didn't know that one was coming his way.
He was open. Nice little out route there. Swanson just a little too far out in front on that throw. Be an interesting call here, Owen. About 4th and 8, 4th and 9. May elect to roll the dice here. I know it's still early, but
got the passing quarterback, Grady Swanson, in the game. He hasn't left since came on in relief of Alex Zerr following the interception. Split back, shotgun formation for Bismarck. 1 receiver to each side of Swanson on 4th and 9. It'll be a pass play. Pressure is there. The quick hitter to Stottinger. It's caught. Where's the spot? It is. They stopped the clock.
That might be about. I think it might be about short
Magi
by the
ball.
nose. Yeah. Oh my gosh! They ran about. I believe it was just the same play there, Owen. That out route.
They went with Stottinger instead of Greff. There's not even a measurement. Obviously, they're right there near the sticks. Are the officials in the spot? I mean, that ball's on the 19. They needed to get the 19. I'm not sure it could get any closer than that, especially without an official measurement.
I know we're a ways away, Owen, but I'm with you on this one. I'm surprised they didn't bring the chain gang out to at least give it a look.
I'm from the place where they got the sloped natural surface fields where you say the curvature of the earth could depend on where you spot that. But here on the turf, had a good read on it, and it's going to be a turnover on downs. Heartbreaking for Bismarck, an inch away from the Serve Pro red zone. Instead, 1st and 10, Minot High going the other way. It's Broderick. He'll fall forward for a hard-fought 2 yards. 2nd down and 8. Inside a minute left in the 3rd.
Running yards have really been hard to come by here in this one for Minot High. A couple drives they've been really successful with Burke on some zone reads and stuff. I think they'll be happy to run about 1 more play in this end, Owen, and then they're going to switch and have the wind at their back here in the 4th quarter.
Play clock at 15 seconds, game clock at 23, so they will have to run 1 more before the 3rd quarter time expires. On the BNC National Bank scoreboard, Magi leading Bismarck High 14-7. Run play for Broderick. Stays alive. Crawling to a 1st down. Watch this on the Ryan Family Dealerships replay as we go to quarter number 4.
That pistol look that they love so much. The second effort from Broderick. Huge 1st down as we enter the 4th quarter for Minot High.
There's the replay from Broderick. 1st down, and we will go to the final 12 minutes today on the PSP Network. Minot High with the football and with the lead. It's 14-7. Back with more on the PSP Network.
The best part about working at BNC National Bank is developing relationships.
I love working with people.
We've been here for over 25 years.
We've grown just like our communities we're in.
But we still have that personal connection with our customers.
And that's why we can find the best solutions for them.
It feels great seeing projects around the community and knowing we're a small part of making that happen.
We're helping people buy their first homes.
Plan for the future.
From startups to big business.
We're part of the community.
And we're proud of it.
Yours truly, BNC.
full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of Finland Civic. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors LLC and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
Hopefully the popcorn's already popped. Take your last swig of water because we're excited for this fourth quarter. 12 minutes back on the clock. It should be a good one. Minot High starts with the football. Bismarck on defense. Minot has scored on their last 2 offensive drives. And it's been a lot with the ground game, which was absent in the first half.
Committed. Those runs earlier in the game, Owen, Bismarck was really catching Minot High behind the line of scrimmage. You see Broderick getting going, even if it's 3-4 yards a carry. The run game is gotten better as the game has went along for Minot High.
Broderick up to the 36-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 5 for Minot, going left to right here in the fourth quarter, and most importantly, with the wind at their backs. On a mid-70-degree evening here in the Magic City of Minot. Read option. Burke took this one for 64 yards last time. This time around, 0.
Great assignment football by Bismarck High there, staying home, doing your job. That was Coulter, Harvest, and meeting Burke right in the hole.
Bismarck has just 2 timeouts in this fourth quarter. Took one early in the third. We're not nearly at time management area of the game, but with the way these drives have gone, probably 6-7 minutes coming off the clock, you might have to start worrying about that. Passing play on 3rd down and 5. Long shot from Burke to Kraft, and this is dropped through the hands of Caden Kraft. The defense was there. Got to be careful on the celebration for Eustis. Watch it again on the Ryan Family Dealerships replay.
I'm going to bring up, how about Broderick in the backfield giving Burke a shot to throw this football, picking up the blitzer. Kind of a 50-50 ball there, Owen. Kraft not able to come down. I agree with you. Eustis got to probably be a little careful on that celebration. We did see, we saw one earlier in the game that was called on Minot High. Could have maybe easily been called on that one, but
it'll be a punt for the Magi on 4th down and 5. Melhoff, again, a line drive. And no return from Tincher, who is back to return it. Rolls out of bounds at the Bismarck 24. 1st down and 10 for the Demons. Well, it's been Grady Swanson's team ever since early in that first half. And the comfortability I think Bismarck has found in letting number 8 throw the football is going to come in and play a huge factor here in the fourth.
Yeah, I was interested to see if maybe Zur would get another shot, maybe try and get him going on his feet a little bit, see if that could maybe open some stuff up, maybe to even bring Swanson in to throw the ball vertically. But they've stuck with Swanson here for a majority of this one.
Legacy has just improved their lead to 42-13 against Century. The closing few minutes of that one on the PSP network, but glad you're here for the final of this one. Bismarck High, the number 1 team in the state, one of 2 undefeated teams left in 3A football, currently trailing Minot by a touchdown. As we begin quarter number 4, it's a 0-yard gain on 1st and 10. They're actually going to mark a running back, Logan Doctor, backwards for a loss of 1.
I'm going to give it a little love to Anthony Alexander on that one, setting the edge. Wasn't the guy who made the play, forcing that play back to the inside to your teammates. Another negative play created by the Minot High defense.
Surprised we haven't seen much Aiden Tincher in the backfield. He was just returning that punt, so he's healthy.
Yeah, I am a little bit surprised they've elected to. It's been kind of heavy Logan Doctor here in the second half.
Doctor again gets a nice block. And we'll get 3 yards, but a 3rd down and 8 coming up for Bismarck High. We speak about Aiden Tincher because he's getting the ball about 2/3 of the time that Bismarck runs it on the ground. Came in with nearly 70 rushing attempts for 360 yards. He had 3 total touchdowns. Doctor with just 36 carries entering tonight's contest. But again, the home run hitter out of the backfield.
I'm interested to see here. We've seen it all night, these third down and long situations. Minot High's really elected to bring extra blitz, extra pressure. Let's see what they dial up on this one. A huge third down, 8:55 left in this one.
It is Tincher in the backfield, but they won't go to him. It's a pass play. Receiver falls down. Now two of them. Stottinger with the catch. Did he tiptoe the sideline for a first down? The answer is yes. Deegan Stottinger has been the safety for Bismarck High here in tonight's game.
It's a great play call by Bismarck High, rolling out Swanson away from that pressure, giving him some time. Huge first down for Bismarck High.
Deegan Stottinger, the junior wide receiver. Not many juniors out on the field for Bismarck High. A very veteran squad. 9 catches, 114 yards the first 4 games. That's 12 yards per catch. Bismarck, they find explosive plays in the passing game. First down pickup moves into the 41. Again, ball on the left hash. I formation, one receiver to either side of Grady Swanson under center. Aiden Tincher with the handoff. 1 yard gain for the senior running back listed at 5'10", 195.
Liddell just exploded off that hedge, making a big play there. Bismarck High hasn't really been able to run the ball on these first down situations. Minot's defense setting them up second long, third long, a majority of the evening.
Talking about how much Bismarck rotates on defense. Minot, not so much. Got to have healthy legs here in the fourth quarter against a run-first team in Bismarck High. Looks like they'll keep it on the ground again with Tincher. He'll pick up 1 more yard, but it's another 3rd down and 7, and that's in the area of 3rd and long.
I wish we could be further down on the field. See that move that Dylan Huber just put on the offensive line of Bismarck High. He has been in the backfield all night, setting up another 3rd and long.
Sorry, didn't have a Ryan Family Dealerships replay of that one.
That's okay, bud. That's all right.
For 50 years, Ryan has been a trusted name for car buyers in western North Dakota. Shop their entire inventory at driveryan.com. Visit one of their 5 locations in Minot and Williston. They put Stottinger in motion. This is his kind of play. Lob, Stottinger, it's for you. Batted down out of the air by the Magi. In coverage was Caden Kraft.
The ability to dial up the pressure. I don't even know how Swanson got that throw off. Once again, it looked like a 50-50 ball, just a little bit underthrown though, and Bismarck's going to bring the punt team out.
7 minutes, 25 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Still plenty of time to get another possession, especially with the kind of pace that these teams play with on offense. But you're also at a worry of not getting this punt too far downfield and giving Minot short field, but the flag is not even moving anymore. It's a bad snap, though. Got to get it away. It's blocked. It's blocked. It's rolling. Minot High has jerseys there. It's picked up and towards the goal line. Could this be 6? What is the call? It's a touchdown for Minot.
How about the big guy? You teach the big guys, Owen, in those situations to fall on the football. Lincoln Brooks said, not today. I am picking that pigskin up, running it into the end zone. Critical score by Minot High. The special teams coming up huge in a 2-possession game now.
Oh, we got the block of the punt on the Ryan Family Dealerships replay. It was Landon Bedell that blocked it. And Lincoln Brooks that takes it to the end zone for the touchdown. Minot gets their special team score with 7:15 to go in the fourth. Extra point attempt by Kellen Burke. This time a better snap. The kick is still true for Kellen Burke. Even without the win, the punting game has been difficult for both sides. Bismarck a punt return touchdown in the second quarter. Minot a punt block return touchdown in the fourth. They lead by 14 on the PSP Network.
For decades, Nodak Insurance Company has been serving our state's residents in good times and challenging times. We come together for the greater good, from simple acts of kindness to company-wide efforts that make a difference in our community. It's who we are, rooted in North Dakota and ready to serve when it matters most. Nodak Insurance Company, agents with answers.
Darren Johnson, Cody Olson, and Scott Wilkins, your agents with answers in Mandan.
Landon Bedell with the block. Lincoln Brooks with the scoop and score for Minot High as they go up 21-7 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Special teams, especially in a game with such competitive teams, such low-scoring affairs, it's usually going to come down to a play on that side of the ball, which you rarely even think of. Today there's been 2 special teams touchdowns, and that last one for Minot puts them ahead by 2 scores.
Is there anything better than a big guy touchdown? The big guy you knew he was scooping that one. Like I said, they're normally taught to kind of fall on that ball, get the possession. Lincoln Brooks had his mind up. He said he could see the end zone. Trust me, picks it up, and they get 6.
Booming kick from Burke. That will go all the way through the end zone for a touchback. And now Bismarck, well, you got the ball back with no time that was taken off the clock except for 6 seconds. The only problem is now you got to score twice in the last 7:15.
Yeah, we're going to see Swanson. You're going to be forced to you're going to be in a passing situation here for a majority of this ball game left, and that's really played in the favor of Minot High, especially their ability to bring pressure. They've also gotten pressure bringing 3, bringing 4 up front. The defensive line, we've said it all night, has just been terrific.
Swanson puts a man in motion. It's a pop pass to Stoninger. Stoninger's got to crease. Stoninger down the sideline. Can he get past Kraft? He will. Shoves off number 17. Deegan Stoninger reverses course. He's down the middle of the field. He's got a foot race and beats them all. 1-play drive, 80 yards. Deegan Stoninger, he has been the MVP of the second half for Bismarck.
About Stoninger, what an answer from Bismarck High. It looked like Presswich flew up from his corner position, looked like he was going to blow that play up. Stoninger's vision, a little bit of patience with the cutback, taking it to the house. What, we got a brand new ball game here, Owen.
We were just thinking, is Bismarck High, who rushes for 283 yards per game, were they even at 100? They sure are now after that one goes for 80. Well, however, that's a passing play. Credit the passing touchdown to Grady Swanson on the pop pass. So quarterback getting some stats there for a 1-yard throw. That kick is good, and it is right back to a 7-point game. What else is going to happen in the final 7 minutes of this one? We've got the answer on the PSP Network. Deegan Stoninger to the house.
We often think of frontiers as pages in a history book, a time gone by. But even in this modern world, there are new frontiers to conquer. Whether you're tending the land to grow a better tomorrow or growing a business for new opportunities, the work you do powers the world. Exploring the frontier means stepping forward, shaping the future for yourself and for those around you. First International Bank and Trust, helping you live first, one step at a time.
Said the fourth quarter was going to be a fun one. And the last 20 seconds of this game have been just that, a block punt touchdown for Minot to go up 21-7. And just when you thought Bismarck had their backs all the way up against the wall, Deegan Stoninger, 80-yard touchdown catch from Grady Swanson on the pop pass to bring this right back to a one-possession game.
Great play call by Bismarck High. You've had some struggles running that football between the tackles. You get Stoninger, get him out on the edge. Some great blocks on that setup, and talk about an athlete, some speed, just getting out on that edge, a couple cuts, and 80 yards later he's in the end zone.
Bobbling it on the return for Minot.
I think it's Bachman on the return, I think.
Making sure that was 28 or 20. It was Taven Bachman, the senior running back, who hasn't gotten any carries today. There's a holding, though, against Minot High. Didn't even notice the flag down. Without the win, we can hear the official now, so that'll hurt Minot a little bit and push them all the way to the 14. 1st and 10 from their own 14-yard line, and Bismarck, they're going to be dialing up the pressure now, thinking we can get some good field position.
Yeah, they really took the momentum in this game from Minot High. It looked like when it was a 2-score game, looked like Minot High was all in control of this one. Stoninger had different ideas. And now you get a penalty on Minot High. They're deep in their zone. See if Bismarck can maybe force a turnover or force a punt in this situation.
Remember, Minot, you're in the lead. It's okay to be a little conservative here on this drive. Still 7 minutes to go in the game. It's going to be Kellen Burke. He's looking for another big play, a home run ball, if you will, for the Cloud County Community College baseball commit.
They've had a lot of success, Owen, with that keeper. Burke showing that kind of like that zone read look and just keeping it, pulling it from Broadwick. But had a lot of success on that play tonight.
2nd down and 1 yard for Minot High. They've erased those penalty yards on the holding and the kickoff return from Bachman. Bring the fullback Bledsoe in. Burke gives some signals to his tailback, Griffin Broderick, under center here on 2nd and 1. Dive play for number 34. There's a wall built by Bismarck High, but Broderick pushed right through it for the first down. First one there for Bismarck was DJ Gabriel. He has been giving some big hits to Minot High, but Broderick hits right back.
That was a collision, Owen. Broderick versus, who was it?
Gabriel.
Gabriel just met in the hole. Kind of that second effort, though. I know they only got about a yard and a half on the play, but, hey, it's a first down for Minot High.
Minot High would like to have the ball for the final 5 minutes and 43 seconds of this one. Don't let that explosive big play Bismarck offense get it again. Burke has the play clock go down to 5. Now starts his cadence at 4. Takes the snap. Hands off to Broderick. And he will spin through 2 tackles to the 26. 27 is where they're going to spot him down. 2nd down and 8.
Bismarck really loading the box, almost daring Minot High to throw the football. Minot's content with giving it to Broderick here. Taking as much time as you can off the clock as we roll under 5 minutes remaining.
Well, Bismarck's last scoring drive lasted just 14 seconds. Can Lightning strike twice, or will they have to start calling some timeouts here soon? Burke reads and gives it to Griffin Broderick. Broderick, who has been really the only running back utilized tonight. We have not seen any Blake Anderson on offense.
Kind of that slow developing run, nowhere to go for Broderick. Setting up a 3rd and long. Gotta believe Bismarck needs a stop in this one as we're almost to the 4-minute mark.
2 receivers split out to the near side, bottom of your screen. Nobody towards the Bismarck sideline. Tight end off tackle to the right side of the formation. This will be a play-action pass. Minot going to try and go through the air, and it's complete right at the sticks. That's a first down catch by Caden Kraft. Again, he took quite the shot there on the sideline. As our Northern Plains Indian Air Keys to the game said, get crafty if you're Minot High School. He's got to touch the football, and there's what he can do.
It seems like they're at their best. Throwing that football. Get Burke outside that pocket. We've seen it a lot tonight. I wasn't really sure if he picked Kraft up right away on that one. Kraft stuck with it, making sure he was seen for his quarterback. What a huge first down for Minot High.
So the Magi are still on the move. Ball to 38 now. Still on their own side of midfield. First down carry for Broderick. It's the same algorithm here for Minot as they try and pile up first down carries. Late flag again. This is not good.
I think they got the second guy, and I think they got Bismarck for a personal foul.
That's the direction that officials are pointing. Tell you who's not happy about that. Mark Gibson, head coach of the Demons.
I think it was MacArthur. I'm not positive. I saw him got
Ryan
into
Family
it.
Dealership's replay here. MacArthur here, he's battling, but the flag came out. Oh, yep, it was right there. Just gave a little bit of a shove to Rajah Fulton. And that was totally away from the play. Didn't necessarily need to happen. But now it's 1st and 10 for Minot on the Bismarck 45. Ball's on the middle of the field after the personal foul penalty. The clock does start as the first down markers are reset. Burke waiting again. It's now in single digits left on the play clock. Just strolls back and hands off to Griffin Broderick. Burke is running up to one of the officials to ask about something. Did a dead sprint out there. A timeout is called by Bismarck High. Burke is still confused about something, but we'll take this time to remind you today's broadcast on the PSP Network is brought to you by Prestwich Orthodontics, specializing in braces and Invisalign for all ages. They offer 0% financing and free consultations, virtual or in office. Enjoy professional treatment in a fun, relaxed atmosphere. Check them out at minotbraces.com. Not sure what the confusion is here. There's play clocks on each end of the field.
Yeah, they're operating. Everything's working. Now we've got a couple members of the Minot High coaching staff are having a conversation. I'm not really sure what happened, but you had talked about it earlier.
They're saying that the play clock should have been reset at some point, thinking it should have gone back up to 25, that they had to run the play too quickly, but...
Oh, okay, yeah.
They gave one of those signals to lift
the roof, yeah.
Yeah, lift it back up to 25 seconds. That's the one they thought Tom Brady was cheating on way back in the day. That's just a rule of football, folks. 2nd down and 6 out of the Bismarck timeout. They have just one left. First International Bank and Trust timeouts tonight. Griffin Broderick breaks through in the middle. 1st down, ball's out, but that's well after he was down. Minot still in possession. They have 3 minutes to go, but they're even closing in on points.
Yeah, you're talking that last. You talked about it earlier in the game, Owen, burning that early timeout. Now they don't have any remaining. Hope they got one. I'm sorry. I thought they used it there. They elected not to. Thank you, Owen.
They'll save it just a little bit longer with still 2:41 left in the 4th quarter on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Planning Team Financial Advisors, Shots Crossroads postgame show comes up next on the PSP Network once this one goes final. Minot 21, Bismarck 14. Minot driving. It's more of Griffin Broderick all night long here for the Magi. Again, hold on to the football. There's the last timeout called by Bismarck High. This is a First International Bank and Trust timeout. They have no more remaining, and what that means is a 1st down for Minot High seals the deal. We'd like to remind you that First International Bank and Trust is a full-service, family-owned, independent community bank built on the bond between our employees and customers, founded in 1910 and growing to serve rural and urban communities across Arizona, Minnesota, North Dakota, and South Dakota. Find them online at fibt.com. Run the football for Minot High. No need to pass.
Yeah, you're in the situation. You're really preaching ball security. You'd love to see kind of those 2nd and 3rd effort plays by Broderick, but might get a little nervous when you're doing that. The ability, the more he stands up, maybe the ability for Bismarck to punch that one out. But a first down on this one would all about seal it here for the Magicians.
See number 16 there, Deegan Stottinger, 80-yard touchdown catch to make this a 7-point game. Felt like it flipped the whole game on its head maybe, giving Bismarck some new life, but Minot has really given them a gut punch one after another on this drive, a drive that's nearly gone 5 minutes at this point. Burke with the keeper. He's going to be stopped right away. Weston Scott coming up from his defensive back position.
Great play. I thought Burke had some room on the edge there. Weston Scott meets him. Big play-saving tackle by Weston Scott, setting up a must stop here for Bismarck High on this 3rd down.
Inside of 2 minutes remaining. There's nothing Bismarck can do except make 2 stops. They've got time for that. 3rd down and 4. Under center is Burke. He's going to be waiting a long time. Still 10 seconds to call a play. Now stands up. Play clock at 8. Now 7. Waiting for this to probably go all the way down to 1. At 3, 2, 1. Burke's still standing, and Minot's going to call a timeout. They used all 40 seconds of that play clock. Timeout Minot, 1:31 to go. And we thank you again for joining us today on the PSP Network. A big day of high school football on the network. Legacy, their first ever victory over Bismarck Century. That one is final from the Community Bowl. As Legacy now 4-1 and 1-0 in conference play, meaning if results hold here, the Sabres are the #1 team of the West.
We talk a lot about Bismarck High, rightfully so. We talk about Minot High. I was talking to you about Century today, probably playing about as well as anybody in the state. Huge win last week. And look at Legacy today. Down 6-0 early in that game. What a big win for Legacy. I'll promise you, Owen, after today, I will be talking to you about Legacy.
All right. Other scores from 3A as they start to go final. Cheyenne leading Shanley by 29. West Fargo already with a win, and Davies all over Williston leading by 49 at the very end of that game. But back to our focus here at Dwayne Carlson Stadium. 2 plays for Minot High to get a first down and ice this game. There's a minute 31 remaining. Bismarck has 0. First International Bank and Trust timeouts to go. All they can do is make 2 stops or maybe, just maybe, force a fumble. Handoff goes to Broderick. Does he have the first down here on 3rd down? They spot him at the 19. It'll all come down to the spot. Again, it hurt Bismarck last time. And this time they take a measurement. It's the same. It's the same one.
It's the same yard line and everything. If you're Bismarck High, you're probably wondering where the measurement was on the last one. But
yeah, for sure.
They're going to bring the gang out here. God, I think it might be about a half yard short, but
so they will check. Yard to gain was the 19. Not a great look at it, but it's definitive enough from here. That is short. 4th down for Minot, and all they have to do is get 2 feet.
You taking a field goals out of the question on this one, Owen? Make it a 2-score game? You're confident in your
because we've already seen a missed snap. We've seen a lot of missed snaps today. The amount of tragedy and bad things that could happen on that, no. Put Burke under center and sneak this for a half a yard and take down the #1 team and bring the undefeated number in AAA football to 1.
Still got 15 on the play clock here. Minot is going to burn this.
Heard some discussion that play clock probably should have been at 40 on that. It was at 25 the entire time. But it is coming off of a dead ball, so run it all the way down to 0, and without affording the delay a game penalty, Minot will call their second First International Bank and Trust timeout. All the Magi parents and fans over here, they're just waiting. All we got to do is get half a yard, and we win this football game for Bismarck High at the edge of their seats because, remember in the first half, Griffin Broderick wasn't getting anything. He wasn't falling forward for positive yardage. Bismarck had earlier in the game really put up a wall against Minot's run game.
Yeah, they were so stifling in that first half for a majority of it, and getting to him in the backfield, creating negative plays. Gotta dial something up here. I don't know if Minot does anything but give it to Broderick. Maybe they do a little zone read action. They've had a lot of success with Burke keeping the football.
Bismarck High has everybody out there on the defensive line. St. Aubin, they've even brought in Nolan Standish right in the middle. His first game at starting right tackle. Now he goes to nose guard on 4th and a half a yard. 4th and inches for Minot High. 55 seconds to go. It's Burke all the way. Easy first down. And Minot High can go to the victory formation in the Serve Pro red zone to seal the win.
The offensive line, just great push on that one. Every team's favorite formation, the victory formation on this one. What a win for Minot High.
One snap, they can do it right now, and the game would be over. It's Burke. Collects the snap, goes to a knee, and Minot High gets above 500 for the first time this season. A 21-14 win. It was special teams plays that did it, and one long 7-minute and 1 second drive to ice this football game. The Planning Team Financial Advisors Shots Crossroads postgame show is coming up next, following a Magi win 21-14 over Bismarck High. We've got more to come on the PSP Network.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms and hit that subscribe button on YouTube. PSP Network. It's game day.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors LLC and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
How would you like to turn this into this? With Shots Crossroads Fuel to Food Reward Program, you can. Here's how it works. Pick up a fuel tracker card from any of our C-store cashiers. Every time you fill up with gasoline or diesel, use the fuel tracker card to record your gallons. Once you reach 1,000 gallons, you'll be eligible for a $10 gift card to Shots Crossroads Restaurant. Start earning your rewards today at Shots Crossroads.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. Visit them online at planningteam.com, helping clients work toward financial freedom. This is the Planning Team Financial Advisors Shots Crossroads postgame show. That's the Planning Team Financial Advisors Shots Crossroads postgame show following a Minot High win 21-14 over the Bismarck High Demons, number 3 in the state. Takes down number 1, and it's yet another occurrence. The number 1 team in 3A falls on the road. It was Cheyenne losing to Bismarck, and now it trades hands once again. Obviously, Davies likely to be the team to move into the number 1 spot, but Minot High, another impressive performance. Just gritty. Put your guts out there and play some hard-nosed football for Minot High today. The defense gets it done for the Magi. Just another instance. This is going to be a wild last 5 weeks of 3A football just before we get to the playoffs.
Yeah, we were kind of wondering, where's the offense going to come from in this game early on? The ball was on the turf. We had special teams, oopsies kind of everywhere. We have the punt return touchdown. We have the blocked punt for a touchdown. Staudinger brings it on the jet sweep, takes it to the house. Minot High, how about that last drive? continuing to run the football. You have all your confidence in the offensive line, in Broderick. Burke keeps it on the keeper there. Victory formation, nothing better than that, Owen.
Money on that last 7-minute and 1 second drive. It wasn't even a scoring drive, but it's the best drive of the game, at least in the Minot High point of view. Let's break down this one from quarter number 1 all the way through quarter number 4 a little bit more in depth. Again, the ball was out. The turnovers were lurking in that first quarter. It was a strip sack forced by Bismarck High. Took the ball away from Minot as they were getting into scoring range. Again, field goal range there for Burke with the wind at his back. What could have been there for the Magi in the first quarter. Bismarck comes down the field on their longest drive of the game, and Alex Zur throws up an interception, and it was at that point Bismarck made the switch. Grady Swanson was the quarterback for the rest of the game, and maybe to get aside from that, maybe not look too far ahead, but is Grady Swanson the starting quarterback next week for Bismarck?
I'm going to go with I don't know. I truly believe Bismarck really got into a lot of obvious passing situations tonight. They've ran the football so well all year. Minot High. Defense creating negative plays. Setting them up. Second long, third and long situations. Really forcing Swanson to try and throw the ball vertically down the field. I think that's why we kind of saw a lot of Swanson and didn't see a lot of Zur tonight. But Minot High's ability to get pressure, too. We said it. Bring 3, bring 4. Some exotic blitz looks that they would bring really dialed it up all night, Owen.
After that interception, the quarters would change, and Minot High then had to punt into the wind. And the new punter, Jaron Melhoff, it got hung up in the sky, and somehow Kane Hustis tracked it down. It was like a catcher pop in baseball. You don't know how he found it, but he did. And then the wherewithal to take it back for 40 yards for a punt return touchdown. That was our first points of the night for Bismarck High on the Hustis 40-yard punt return touchdown. We knew it would be a chaotic game after that. Minot goes down the field, and they respond right before the half. The long touchdown drive, Broderick rolls in from 5 yards out, 7-7 at the break, and then more of the same in the second half. All about the defense, but a special teams play for Minot High. We can't skip over the 64-yard run from Kellen Burke that set up another touchdown, but it was the special teams play that's going to end up being the game-winning play for Minot High and likely a top nominee for an award later on in the show. But a blocked punt by Landon Bedell, scooped up by Lincoln Brooks. The big man touchdown for Minot High puts them up 21-7. And Bismarck, you might have said, for many folks watching, they might be out of it, but who didn't? Deegan Stottinger, their big play guy all second half. Old Mr. Reliable, number 16 in yellow shoes for Bismarck. Pop pass from Swanson right to him. He takes it to the house, and all of a sudden, we've got a tight game again with 7 minutes and 1 second left. Minot gets the ball back on the 14-yard line. They had a penalty on the return. They had to go just hold on the ball for 7 minutes and 1 second, and they did just that to close out the victory.
Yeah, great job. Big penalty on that last try, too. You get the personal foul that you tack 15 onto that, but there's no secret what Minot High wants to do. There's no secret to what Bismarck wants to do. They want to run the ball between the tackles, and Minot High wasn't having a lot of success doing that early in this game, but they're not going to stop. They're going to continue to grind out the game. I really like what they did with Burke on the zone reads, getting Burke involved in the running game. That was huge, and I really feel like they're at their best when they're throwing the football when Burke's outside the pocket. Another huge first down towards the end of the game on that drive, finding Kraft, towards the sideline.
All right, let's hand out some awards in this postgame show, shall we? Starting with the Sport Clips MVP of tonight's contest. Sport Clips brings the MVP because they are the home to the MVP haircut experience. Check it online with the hairstylist today at sportclips.com or using the app. Sport Clips will keep you looking your best. And in a game that was so dominated by the defenses early on, it's what held true in the end. Who could make the last stand? It was Minot and their defensive lineman, Dylan Huber, wearing number 68.
We're going to give the big guys some love tonight. Usually in our player of the game, we show a running back, maybe a quarterback, maybe a wideout that had a spectacular evening. We're going to show a little love to the defensive side tonight. Dylan Huber was terrific all night, creating havoc in the backfield. Also on the offensive line, we could have picked a number of guys off either the offensive or the defensive line for Minot High, but what a great night by Dylan Huber.
Dylan Huber, there he is. Found him in that massive people in the end zone. He is your Sport Clips MVP of the game for Minot tonight. How about our Serve Pro move of the game with 24/7 emergency service and trained technicians using advanced technology and specializing in fire and water cleanup and restoration? It's Serve Pro. Block punt, big man touchdown. It's all about the linemen today, wasn't it? That was the story coming in, and it's how this game was won on Lincoln Brooks' scoop and score on the punt block by Landon Bedell.
Yeah, such a huge turning point in this game. We talked about kicking into that south wind was tough all night. Here is kind of a botch snap, a high snap. Bedell kind of blocks it with his six-pack. Lincoln Brooks says, I ain't falling on this thing. The big guy don't get you're a big guy, Owen, on the offensive, defensive line. You don't get your shot to score a lot of touchdowns. I know Brooks saw the end zone. He said, I am scooping this, and I'm getting into the end zone, and he did. What a huge turning point in this ball game.
So those are your Sport Clips MVP and Serve Pro move of the game. Let's take a look at what's up ahead for these two programs. Next week, Bismarck High, well, they've got another big one at home against Century. It doesn't get more of a rivalry game than that in the WDA. And we already spoke about the quarterback situation for Bismarck High next week against Century, but we got to start with the big. Jack Schaefer, 6'6", 310. He's going to be out. We got word today, out for the rest of the season. He's going to be going off a little early to the University of Washington to start his college football career. Hopefully get healthy. We wish the best in his rehab. But that's a huge loss for Bismarck High, obviously.
Yeah, and I really do think once you start moving pieces around like that, you had about 4 different linemen in different spots.
Yeah.
You're shuffling them. You bring a new body in. You got a new left tackle. You talked about the importance of the left tackle position in football. Minot High was relentless on the defensive line. You said it, Jack Schaefer, get well. Hope to see do big things at the next level.
Absolutely. In Big Ten football now, the West Coast stretching all the way to the East Coast. Washington's actually at Rutgers tonight in a conference game. That's the conference he's going to next year. As for Minot, they will be at Williston next week. You can't look past any game in the WDA. Sadly, we won't even be there at the PSP Network. We'll be out in Velva, but Minot, you got to be riding high after a win like this. Again, mentioned right after the game went final, above 500 for the first time this season. You have to play with a chip on your shoulder if you're Minot.
Yeah, Minot High just ride this momentum train. Really kind of a complete game in this one. They've been riding their defense all year. This time you get some special teams help. You get the defense that's been there all year, holding the Demons to 14 points. The offense was really good at times, showing the ability to stick with the run game, and Burke was great tonight. And, hey, not easy to win on the road. Got to go down to Williston, try and take care of business down there and gain another conference win next week.
We're going to wrap up this Planning Team Financial Shots Crossroads post-game show here with your final score from Minot and Dwayne Carlson Stadium 21-14. But I don't like bragging about knowing the results of games. Legacy with the upset against Century. I had a dream on Wednesday night, just mentally focusing on what I would have called in that Minot North St. Mary's game. I predicted a double overtime game between those two, and right now it is 35-35 in 2 overtimes up north at Sentinel Stadium. I'm going to have to be running up there once this one goes final to see what happened between Minot North and St. Mary's. But we had a fantastic one today for a great crew on the PSP Network putting on a great show. Bryce Gutknecht, I'm Owen Patterson, repeating your final score for the final time. It's Minot High 21, Bismarck 14. We'll be in Velva next weekend for some single-A football. Velva, Drake, Animus, Garrison, and Bishop Ryan. Until then, have a good night, everybody.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by center. Make sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms and hit that subscribe button on YouTube. PSP Network. It's game day.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FinRun SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors LLC and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
How would you like to turn this into this? With Shaw's Crossroads Fuel to Food reward program, you can. Here's how it works. Pick up a fuel tracker card from any of our C-store cashiers. Every time you fill up with gasoline or diesel, use the fuel tracker card to record your gallons. Once you reach 1,000 gallons, you'll be eligible for a $10 gift card to Shaw's Crossroads Restaurant. Start earning your rewards today at Shaw's Crossroads.